On that note, hi, hello.
Hey,
I'm Brandon, and you're...
Butner.
That's the one,
Butner.
yeah. It's not a standard name. It's
No,
easy to forget.
I
Yeah.
lose track of it all the time.
Luckily you're out of my life soon. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Not so fast, pal. Not so fast. Tabletop simulator.
Fair enough.
Could be all the rage for you. And me.
But then you're just on there under your Steam handle, which is probably not Butner.
I'll set up a camera. Mac.
Yeah, so that's what I'll call you when we're on there. Yeah.
That works. You can call me now. Mac.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to save it.
I respect you for that.
Yeah, but yeah, we were, last time we played Rogue and Gambit in Marvel Champions, the card game, because our local game store had broken Street Date, so we jumped on it. Now Street Date has come and gone. We're not as special anymore, but still want to finish our Mojomania campaign that we started.
Yep.
And we did a real, because we're using my collection, which is not complete, I have kind of a smattering of the packs that seemed most interesting to me. So it's hard to use Marvel Champions TV and use a popular deck from there or something, which is how I usually approach game. I don't know who builds their own decks.
Sure. Which characters had decks from you were missing? Do you remember? Of the X-Men.
Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
And Phoenix stand out to me as packs that I didn't have.
Yeah,
that,
I think
that most of the net decks I was looking at had some key cards from those, some key allies and stuff.
I think her starter was protection.
Yeah, and then Wolverine is aggression, I think. And then, I was looking at switching to aggression. But instead, we took the starter decks, which is what we played last time. You can check out that stream/video on the channel. And
click the button right here. I'm kidding.
One of those.
I'm not going to do that to Brandon and make him come back and put a button right here.
I'm definitely not doing that. No.
Oh, man.
I was just talking about how we're doing more live streaming, and then it's making those videos to save me on editing load.
Just click the button right there in the corner.
Putting post-production
You're good.
tasks on my plate. I put in a Jira ticket, I'll get to it. I work for a tech company. Do editors use Jira? Is that a thing? No, it's not a
Jira ticket.
It's a productivity tool for IT and also like software engineering coders and stuff use it.
Okay.
For bugs get filed as tickets or
it sounds great.
Yeah. I mean it's I'm an accountant, so I don't use it either. but
you've heard
60% of my company does use it in some way.
Well, fair enough.
Wow, that derailed that train of thought.
Come back.
Where were we?
Come
YouTube.
Back.
Yes, like I said, I was going to segue to how there are videos on the YouTube channel. It's great if you would like them.
Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah, subscribe if you haven't. And then, there's I don't know whether it's a good. So one analytic that YouTube gives you is what percentage of your viewers are subscribed, and it's always shockingly low.
Yeah.
It's on any given video, it's 20% of the people who watched this video are subscribed. The rest are just they were Google, searching the name of the game, or they or YouTube recommended it to them and they clicked on it or whatever. And I don't know whether to be great, that means that I'm reaching more than it seems, or whether I have to be a lot of people are watching and then not subscribing based on what they see.
I'm pretty selective with my subscribing on YouTube.
Yeah.
I really am. If I really got to be. Because then you worry that the algorithm will weight certain things too much.
Are you saying you're not subscribed to Optimal Play?
Well, I am.
Oh, okay.
I am very,
good.
Very much.
You're our other subscriber.
As an Optimal player, I felt that I needed to be subscribed for sure. But 20% actually seems high. I would take that as a high number.
Really? Wow.
I mean, that's just me.
Yeah, I always thought that felt low, but it's based on nothing but feeling. I have no
one in 5
I have no
people?
basis for comparison.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah.
But if you haven't subscribed, please.
Yeah, please. Get that percentage
Let's
up.
get that number
Let's get it up to 21.
20%? That's terrible. Obviously, we got to get it up.
If you hit that subscribe button.
What are we doing?
Together, we can get to 23%. I'm gonna have a subscription drive. That is
that's a great idea.
The thermometer that fills up is gonna have 20% on the bottom, 23% on top.
That'll get people to do it.
We're gonna get there.
User engagement.
Exactly. Anyway, Spiral.
Yes.
I have never been the biggest X-Men fanboy or anything. And in fact, basically everything I know about Marvel comes from the MCU and lately Marvel Snap.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Spiral in either. Do you know anything about Spiral?
I do.
Would you enlighten me?
She is basically Mojo's head of security. If you watch Severance, she is kind of the Milchek to Mojo. So she's his kind of right-hand woman, lieutenant, assassin, bodyguard type person.
Okay.
She does all the dirty work for him.
That works for me. We were talking off camera about how Butner watched all of Severance last week.
Great show.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you could just honestly, the more you can put in terms of Severance,
I will
references,
definitely try and do that.
The better.
I'll try and bring it all back there.
That'll bring that subscription rate up. It's like they're playing Marvel Champions. We're just talking about Severance for 3 hours.
What a cross section of people we're going to get with this video. That's fantastic.
And we were continuing the campaign. I love this scenario pack. I think it's still called a scenario pack, but it has a 3 scenario campaign.
A mini campaign. Definitely hope they keep doing this.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Mojo's a good villain to unpack. He has his own very contained world in the Marvel universe. He's not a New York City villain.
No.
He is his own thing. So very smart idea for them to do his own little. Honestly, they probably could have built out a whole small box expansion with Mojo, but they did the scenario.
Yeah, I think this was fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad this exists. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking recently, because we haven't had enough tangents and asides this stream so far.
Let's get another one.
I've always complimented Marvel Champions on it being the first LCG to really deliver on, like, you can truly pick and choose what packs and stuff you want.
Yeah, you really can.
The one exception to that is the, like, campaign boxes that marry 2 heroes and 5 scenarios.
Sure.
I honestly would rather it costs $20 less and not have the heroes in it, so that it gives me complete flexibility for which heroes I obtain.
So you want it to be more like Arkham?
No. Well, Arkham's new release model separates them. It used to not only bundle them in the
oh, that's right.
Not only bundle them in the deluxe expansions, but in every pack. So that's what, like, I think Marvel is better than OG Arkham's structure and Lord of the Rings and even Netrunner and stuff, just because those don't really feel like you can pick and choose. You feel like to be able to make the decks you want, you have to own them all.
Aside, did you see there's a new Lord of the Rings expansion coming?
It's a repackaged one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing. They've been doing, like.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I was shocked. I was like, I thought this game was dead.
It is.
What happened?
Yeah, it's unclear. They keep dangling in front of that community. They keep dangling like, oh yeah, for now it's just re-releases, but we'd like to come back to it someday with new stuff.
We'll see how many you buy.
And the re-releases, I think, because those boxes, at least the encounter boxes, because like Arkham has done now, they've separated into player cards that are in a separate box from the campaign.
Yep.
And those packs those encounters never had any kind of campaign to them, or quests, adventures. I can't remember what that game calls their scenarios.
I don't
They've added a loose campaign structure to them, with some like I think that game calls them boons and banes. Like
seems like that would be a really easy one to thread a narrative with.
Right, adding a narrative to a Lord of the Rings game.
I don't know how they didn't think of that. I didn't realize it was like abstract like that.
So there is I think that flavor text wise, there's a narrative to each cycle, but there was never any like, oh yeah, if you win this, take this, get this reward, and you take it with you into the next game. That's never been a thing in Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
Except they had those like saga boxes, which are the deluxe expansions that had 3 scenarios that each pair of them, so they put out 2, was closely following the plot of one of the novels.
Okay.
So it was like The Hobbit and then the 3 Lord of the Rings books.
But there wasn't a story that you are reading through as you do the thing?
Not like the story that you're reading is kind of cohesive, but outside of the saga boxes there was no mechanical through line. And you didn't even, and I don't know exactly how it works. I've been out of that game and not bought any of the repackaged boxes, but
maybe it's strange.
Because you would always you were always building a deck, and really that game is so hard. You would you would tech against each scenario.
Hard.
You would almost need to build a deck with that. Like
that is what I remember.
Play it once, lose horribly, be like, okay, what deck am I going to build here? Right. So. I assume that even though there's campaign aspects to it now, it's not asking you to play with like the same set of 3 heroes through the whole thing, because that
Lord
seems
of the Rings,
impossible.
Lord of the Rings was before Arkham Horror LCG?
Yeah.
So that was the first of their big LCGs then, yeah?
First of their co-op ones.
Right.
Before that, there was a Star Wars LCG. Actually, I don't know what came first. I don't know the order for sure. Lord of the Rings was a very early one, but I don't think it came before the Warhammer ones.
So maybe it was before they
And
realized,
maybe not
like,
the
hey,
Star
maybe
Wars
we should
one.
like try and wrap a story around this, like they did with Arkham Horror.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Lord of the Rings was the baby. It was the first product of its type. I had never, and still mostly outside of FFG, it's still not really a thing to have like a constructed deck cooperative game. Right? I don't feel like that's a niche that like has blown up and other publishers are doing.
No, you're right. I guess thinking that out loud now. I guess because we joke about it so much with this game in comparison to Arkham Horror LCG, which is very narrative and thematic and everything. And then this one tries at times, it kind of phones it in.
Yeah,
you know,
phones it in is
I guess that's
good.
my focus is
a good way to put it.
But I suppose you're right. It isn't really a common thing in other games. So why should that be?
No, I mean, it's just like it's just like not a genre of game that you have that much to compare it to. But I've always felt like Marvel Champions was very similar to Lord of the Rings, but with some lessons learned.
Yeah.
In a way that even though Marvel Champions, I enjoy it. Especially, it's one of our favorite games to play together. I enjoy it. It is not one of my favorite games, though, by any means. Like, I think it's good, not top 5 or anything. But I do think it's better than Lord of the Rings. I'd put it over that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is just so fucking frustrating.
Yep.
This, I think, is my favorite game, but
Wow.
I think a huge component of that is that I'm a huge Marvel fan.
Sure.
So my history with that plays heavily into it. I cannot argue that the mechanics and everything, but I do think that they do a good job of bringing these heroes and the villains for a game like this to life in a way that's like really representative of them in a clever way. And I do that.
Yeah. And I think that at least the heroes, especially because they're double-sided, so almost they're two halves. It's hit or miss how successful it is, but they can tell kind of a story in themselves. And their 15 signature cards, like I think that hero design is good. Like when you come to the other player cards, I would push back against you saying like, wow, that ally card where like if you paid an extra energy resource, it got a tough status. So like really was the essence of that character.
Totally agree.
The mechanics, I think, on one card, the mechanics.
I just mean specifically this stuff. Yeah, some of the allies are very like.
I think the mechanics on any given card they're so like. I've never seen a game with +1 printed so many times. It's just such simple, straightforward things that the cards themselves do that I don't think that like every card is a huge flavor win. But I do think that the heroes generally are.
Some are tough. Like even like Rogue is like, man, they designed her pretty well. She's a tough. Like, what do you do with a person that absorbs other people's powers and stuff? Like, how do you make that into a card? Like,
right.
They did a pretty good job of figuring that out.
Yeah, that's true.
Nightcrawler, I think, would be one that. Nightcrawler is a fan favorite. If you did not know that, Nightcrawler is probably a top 3 X-Men fan favorite character. I assume people have been flooding FFG asking for a Nightcrawler hero.
Right.
I think that would be a tough one to make.
I think that interesting. Why?
Because of his whole thing is just like teleporting and getting around and being super, super, super maneuverable.
How do you represent that in this system?
Exactly.
You're right.
Because he's kind of, he would probably have 9 hit points or 8 hit points or something like that, but high damage, but super maneuverable. But he's probably have good. I don't know. I'm sure someone has made a custom Nightcrawler,
no doubt,
fan made that I could probably look at and go, "Wow, they figured it out." Wow, shit. That was really good.
And I think I did not see where Fantasy Flight or any representative of them said this, but the understanding of the community seems to be that despite this lull, they haven't announced like what's coming next.
Yeah.
There's a couple more cycles of X-Men stuff.
I would assume.
So I'll bet you, by the time we're through 2 more cycles of X-Men, Nightcrawler seems like he would need to be a hero.
It seems like they're going to do X-Force, which is like another division of Xavier's X-Men kind of thing.
Is Cable X-Force?
Yes.
Yeah. I know stuff.
Very good. I was just about to say Cable would be the one who would lead the X-Force. It would probably be like Cable and Domino would be like the X-Force. Were they to do that, that would be my guess. Because they've mentioned X-Force in some of the cards, I want to say. Maybe I'm misremembering that. But yeah, a lot of mutants. So many mutants to do.
Yeah.
And now that the mutant mechanic is in this, I would assume we're going to have that for the next year.
Although, man, we were talking off camera about how each kind of cycle or couple cycles has a trait that all the cards, synergize with and stuff, and then you move on from Avengers to Spider people to now X-Men, and they don't interact that much with each other. Now I'm worried that instead of X-Men or Mutant, it'll be X-Force, and they won't actually interact with the stuff we've got of this year.
Would be bad.
I could see happening though.
That'd be bad. I hope they don't do that.
I'm like,
but then again, they have like Champions. Champions is its own, like Miss Marvel, Miles Morales, Nova. Like they're all champions. Maybe they will.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm of two. At some point we'll get to playing this game, but you know, we have entire videos on Optimal Play about just talking about games. So
sometimes we just talk.
Yeah. I have been a champion of this in Arkham, of like, because some people are disappointed when a new box comes out, and like for example, in the Scarlet Keys, the Seekers are the Seeker cards heavily, not every single card, but a lot of the cards deal with dropping clues in exchange for benefit, and those cards together are quite powerful, but they also don't build decks with very many of the old cards that well. It's kind of a new archetype that doesn't really... it's not... So some people would rather it be like, I want every single one of these cards to be a good option for my existing decks. And that's not what that is. And I actually am a fan of what that is, though, where it's like, this is a new play style. And I would rather have a new play style than a bunch of cards that don't really shift the way I approach the game.
Sure. Because then you get into like the power creep territory of like, well, this fits, but in order to be different... It's got to do this thing that it hasn't done before, which is inherently very good.
And so I feel like with what I was just talking about, where there are all these Avengers trait focused cards, and then the Spider-Verse ones, and now X-Men. I feel like Marvel's trying to do that, but it is failing to make them feel like interesting new playstyles. It's like, oh, there's a new neutral support that generates a resource you can only spend on X-Men. Like, that doesn't make X-Men feel different from Avengers.
That's true.
I feel like that at some point they missed kind of like the fun part of that premise of like, let's make these cards stand alone from our previous releases.
I also wonder how much they're doing of that just with the X-Men, knowing that the X-Men was probably something that they like. I would imagine they mold having a new core set just for X-Men, knowing that would pull people in.
You think that they're maybe designing for an audience of people who bought just the core set and really only because they had to, and then all they want is the X-Men products?
That too, or people that didn't have any, and then when they see, shit, Wolverine and Cyclops and Jean Grey, I will buy to get that.
And there's like, and I do love that they took some of the staples that are still in these decks, like the resource cards, and gave them new art, which is awesome. And
it's great.
Actually, you know, that maybe that does point to, at times there was talk about an X-Men version of the core set, and then they scrapped that or something.
I can't imagine that wasn't talked about, because X-Men are so popular that I wonder if they were like, all right, let's do a 2.0 of this kind of thing and repackage it.
That's super interesting.
And put X-Men in there.
Yeah.
Which, now that I'm saying this out loud, the original came with 5 heroes, right? So if they had just done that with like Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Storm, Colossus, Shadowcat, that would have been 6. I mean, that wouldn't be, if you MSRP that for $60 with whatever the hero, the villain encounters were.
I guess you would. Oh, you think you'd put the same villains in?
Well,
I was going to say you'd have to put in 3 new X-Men themed villains. I would think. I think you at least I would not like there to be a new core set where half of the contents in it I basically don't need.
No,
I would want it to be all it's a new core set that is all new, so that I have the option to get it, and without it feeling stupid, or that is nothing new.
I guess that's right. I guess you would have. Well, then they would have had to have done the thing we were talking about, where if they made the standard card, maybe standard 3, and it's instead of being difficult, it's different plays on standard 1. It's not harder, it's just different. Something like that.
Anyway, should we play some Marvel Champions?
We can, but if FFG wants to call us for advice, ideas, we'll answer.
Yeah, we'll see if they can afford us. Right, my rates are astronomical for consulting.
For game design, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I mean, now Sony's got...
That's true.
That's true. Your input there. So. Yeah. You probably had to sign a non-compete.
There's a precedent. Yeah, there's a precedent. So, what are we even talking about then?
Anyway.
New rules.
New story.
Woo!
So previously, funny. Do the campaigns always have this? Their flavor text is labeled "the story so far." That's what all 3 scenarios say at the top of their flavor text section. It says scenario number 3, the story so far. But then it's new story. It's not a recap.
Why is that?
It's the story, I guess. It's the story so far, as in like the story before the game begins.
Oh, okay.
But it's not a recap. Because I was looking to recap what happened last time for the video, and then looked down at this and I'm like, this doesn't recap.
We fought Magog.
Yeah. We woke up randomly. It's like you go to sleep in your own bed and wake up in Mojo's arena, and Magog is there. Good luck. That's the story so far, I think.
Okay.
So
good story.
Here we go. And it was a cool scenario where we have to manage our ratings.
Did enjoy that.
Magog's ratings. Yeah.
Enjoy that. Very different.
It was smart. So outstanding, Mojo. I still don't know what Mojo's voice sounds like. I'm told if I do,
it is pretty
some
good.
kind of
You're close.
Weird high pitched voice.
It's a little wacky, weird, creepy. Yeah.
Mojo shrieks with glee. These ratings are through the roof. Spiral, teleport our stars to the next show. My rabid viewers want more.
Yes.
The screen showing Mojo pans to a dour woman with 6 arms who stands behind him. She begins a bizarre dance, waving her arms about. There is a flash of green energy, and you find yourself in a strange new world. Hovering cameras orbit around you, recording your every move. You feel as if you are on the set of a television program, but the denizens of the show behave as if it is real life, giving new meaning to the phrase reality television.
Wah, wah.
There must be a way out of this madness. Perhaps the teleporter called Spiral is your ticket home, but first you'll have to find her.
What?
Alright, so...
Interesting.
Special rules. The show deck. Each of the 3 modular sets included in this scenario includes one show environment card. During setup, one of these environments is chosen at random to begin and play, representing the show in which the heroes are currently searching for Spiral.
Okay.
The other 2 show environments are shuffled together with the Cornered Treachery card during setup to form the show deck. The show deck has no discard pile and cannot be affected by player card effects. Players can interact with this deck only through the side scheme, the search for Spiral, which is discussed on the next page. There's several pages of new rules here.
Got it.
Okay, so why don't I do that then? I guess, did it... Wait, her setup, does it say to randomly? One random show environment. Okay, so we've got the show environments were a game of Mojos, Mojo Runner, and Wild Wild Mojo. So go ahead and randomly pick one of those, and I will find that the search for Spiral... No, it's not search for Spiral. Side scheme, it's...
I think it was search.
Cornered.
Oh.
Is the name of the card that also gets shuffled in there after you get one of the...
We will go with...
What is it? Wild Wild Mojo.
Perfect.
We're looking for Spiral in the West.
Oh. And then what happened to the other 2?
They and this Cornered Treachery get shuffled together and become their own little deck.
So a 3-card deck.
Yep, and that is called the Show Deck.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's the one that the show deck has no discard pile and cannot be affected by player card effects. Players can interact with this deck only through the side scheme, the search for Spiral, which is discussed on the next page.
Got it. So I'm assuming we're gonna have to go through these different TV shows and find Spiral.
Sure.
That
does seem to be what the flavor text talked about. Yeah, so that stands to reason.
The cornered part kind of tipped its hand.
Yeah. Okay, double-sided villain. Each of Spiral's villain cards are double-sided, with the escaped trait on one side and the cornered trait on the other. Bless you.
Thank you.
Spiral begins the game on her escaped side. This side has an ability that prevents threat from being removed from the main scheme and prevents Spiral from taking damage. Yeah, so I guess it's a default... Oh, wait, does it say for sure? Yeah, okay. Because it's weird that she doesn't take damage... Or maybe she does on her other side, but she doesn't have hit points. No, she does. She does. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was wondering how the stage 1, 2, 3 thing interacts with her, like, not being killed in a normal way. But for standard difficulty, which is what we're playing, it's still parts 1 and 2. So she'll begin the game on her escaped side. This side has an ability that prevents threat from being removed from the main scheme, and it prevents Spiral from taking damage. Oh yeah, I forgot to Insta story. So if that's what you're doing,
you turned at the perfect time.
Beautiful.
Let's try that one again.
Here, I'll go into reading pose, and I'll actually read. In order to find Spiral and defeat her, the players must search for her by thwarting the side scheme, the search for Spiral. Players can use the hero action on the side scheme to remove the threat from it at the cost of taking damage.
Oh.
When all threat is removed from the search for Spiral side scheme, the players reveal a new card from the show deck. If that card is a Cornered Treachery, it flips Spiral to her cornered side, allowing the players to damage her. When Spiral flips, she triggers any when revealed ability on the side she flips to. All attachment cards, status cards, boost cards, damage, and other game elements associated with the villain remain as they are. When Spiral is defeated, the next stage of the villain deck enters play on the same side as the just defeated side. All tokens on her carry over to the next stage as normal. Okay. That's all the... Well, then there's setup. You cannot choose to use Mojomania counter sets that are checked off. So we could not use Sitcom because we used it last time.
Got it.
The Longshot ally starts in play because it ended the game in play last time. And we get to... last time we got to choose a supporter upgrade that we may start in play this game. So I'm playing with the Thieves Guild, and you've got Rogue's Jacket, is that right?
That is correct.
But we have to put threat on the main scheme equal to their cost to start. So we're going to start with 2 threat.
Don't love that, but think it's worth it.
Yeah, I agree. They're these like key 1-cost cards, well worth 1 threat. Okay, then across the Mojoverse itself says... Put the Search for Spiral side scheme into play, and a random show environment. We've done all that. Shuffle each other show environment. Okay, this is the same thing we did before. And then... Where does this zoom in view go? Perfect. The zoom in and goes onto the villain. Across the Mojoverse is her main scheme. If you want to return home, you'll need the help of the teleporting sorceress, Spiral, but she will need some convincing. Forced Interrupt. When a show environment would be discarded, place it on the bottom of the show deck instead. And if this is completed, players lose the game.
Well, that's bad.
So it's just 1 threat. If I say just, I feel like there's been 2 threat per player a lot recently, as far as the escalation.
But
it starts with 2, and we put 2 on it by choice. So we've got 4.
It's got a cap of 30, which is high.
30 we lose. Yeah.
Boy, I bet that gets dumped on pretty quick.
It might. So to look at what else we've got on the table, the Search for Spiral side scheme. Spiral is hiding one of the numerous television programs Mojo is producing. Sorry, did I say hiding one? Hiding in one.
She was hiding one, but yes.
She's hiding in one. Yeah. This side scheme is permanent. It is going to start with 6 threat for a 2-player game.
Okay.
And as a forced response, after the last threat is removed from here, the player who removed that threat reveals the top card of the show deck and places 6 threat here. And then as a hero action, you can take 2 damage to remove 3 threat here.
It's a hero action.
So you can thwart this the normal way, or at an exchange rate of 2 damage for 3 threat, you can just remove it instantly. Because this doesn't say limit once per round or anything.
Take 2 damage. Oh. I get it. Take 2 damage. I see.
Yep.
Remove 3 threat. So you could just take a lot. You just take a lot of damage.
Yeah. Let's.
Okay.
And then,
I wonder how does that interact with tough cards, I wonder?
I guess you would just lose your tough condition and prevent the 2 damage, I would think.
Yeah.
And then the show environment is Wild Wild Mojo. All enemy attacks gain overkill.
Oh, good.
Forced Interrupt. When a character takes damage, increase that damage by 1.
What?
Yeah. So now all of a sudden, if we want to do the damage on the search, it's 3.
3 damage.
Yeah. And when revealed, discard each other setting environment in play. If this card was revealed from the encounter deck, again Surge. Okay, but that doesn't really matter since the mechanic in this one that reveals new environments gets rid of the old one anyway.
Okay.
So we're just digging through. We're digging through that environment deck or the show deck until we find the cornered treachery.
And then we figure out what that does.
Yeah, and we're not shuffling into the deck. We're putting the shows we're getting through to the bottom, so like we're guaranteed to find it.
So she could be on the top, she could be on the bottom.
Yeah, it's a pretty
RNG heavy.
Yeah, it seems significantly easier if it's on the top.
Yep.
And then Spiral herself on the escape side says she cannot take damage or be stunned. Threat cannot be removed from the main scheme. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's bad.
So it's a good thing that we're at 4 out of 30 and we have some breathing room because that's a lot. And then when she would attack, she schemes instead.
Also not great.
No.
So how do we get her to not have that happen?
We corner her by getting through the show deck until we find the cornered treachery.
Cannot be damaged, cannot be stunned. The threat cannot be removed. So she can be confused.
She can. Maybe should. I have Dazzler in my deck, so I can confuse her for the low cost of 4.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Okay, well, this will be interesting. Once again, we've got another villain. It's like, oh, that's different.
It is. Yeah, I think that, without having things like the concept of positioning, and location and stuff. I've always felt like the design space for unique scenarios in this game is not as big as Arkham.
Sure.
But I'm generally impressed at how many pretty interesting scenarios there are so far.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I love Arkham, but its last box had a lot of scenarios that felt kind of samey to what's come before. The campaign was very unique. For better or for worse, it was unique.
And with only one a year, that's a big bummer.
It's true. Yeah. The cool thing about it is it's a non-linear. I think it has somewhere between 10 and 12 scenarios in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the campaign is very replayable because you only play a subset of its scenarios each time.
Right.
And the order that you play them in changes how they work and stuff. But just at least the ones that I played were all kind of like, oh yeah, I've more or less seen this before.
Hey, well, you can always play Edge of the Earth again.
That's true. Edge of the Earth is good.
I took
You just looked over there and took a guess.
No, I know. I did know Edge of the Earth was supposed to be pretty good, but I wasn't positive.
Yeah.
But I have heard you talk about it a lot.
I like Edge of the Earth. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
now's the part where we play the game. I need a fancy like ready and exhausted token. You got one for me?
Oh yeah, it should be.
We're using your boards here. Oh, mine never. Here, let me. I don't know. So.
Oh,
How do I?
How do you want to track health for the villain and the hero?
Oh.
Last time you used your phone.
I
did.
did.
You want to use tokens this time?
Kind of.
Okay.
I go back and forth.
Great.
For other like Eon's End has little very tiny, or no, it has dial. I will take the I'll take the app over dials, but I think last time I got the app out, I kind of forgot that you also had nice tokens that I also like over dials, and
we do.
So
we,
I'm
we
just happy to use the tokens, yeah. So I've got a whopping 9 hit points,
and she's got a whopping 26 that we cannot currently whittle down.
Correct. Yeah, I guess we need to give her tokens. 10, 26 for Spiral. Okay. I think I controlled Longshot last time, but I don't have to this time. Do we care who controls him?
I do not care.
I guess I don't think I care either. Like, the fact that he's an X-Men that you could put an X-Men attachment on or something could matter, but I don't think I care.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll take him.
Please do.
All right. 6 hand size. Let's... Wait, no. I've been shuffling the encounter deck. I still have to shuffle my own deck.
You got to do that.
But she needs the encounter deck, so there's that. But I just... definitely just almost opened or drew an opening hand from it.
That would have been so embarrassing.
It would have been. I would have been humiliated. Here's your first player token.
I'm first player.
You are now.
Oh,
I randomly selected you.
Oh boy. Okay. So, Anna Marie. Rogue, as you may know her.
Yeah, they may.
I am going to... I'm going to touch...
Wow.
Gambit. Gambit, you are now touched.
I don't know who Gambit is. I am Remy LeBeau.
Sorry, Remy LeBeau, you are now touched.
Remy LeBeau, upstanding citizen.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Okay, and so that gives you, since it's an ally, your stalwart.
Oh, great.
Or sorry, it's a hero. The stalwart was correct. I misspoke and said ally. I'm a hero, so you gain stalwart.
Since I'm in my alter ego with mutant trait, I'm going to play the X gene with this. The X gene gives me, I can exhaust it to generate a wild card resource for an identity-specific event.
Okay.
I am now going to play...
I'm just getting clutter off the table. Out of the shot. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, except for our picture-in-picture blocks my play area as usual. I really ought to create an OBS scene that has that in one of the upper corners. But someday. Not today.
Alright, I'm going to flip. And this is actually when I'm supposed to do the touched thing. So let's pretend I'm doing it now.
Sure.
Touching.
Okay.
So flipping the hero side, I am going to play an upgrade. The upgrade I'm going to play is Unflappable. Unflappable says I can play it under any player's control, max 1 per player. After I defend against an attack and take no damage, I can exhaust this card to draw 1 card. So,
very nice.
Yay. And then, for my final... Aerial. What gives me aerial is if I touch an ally? Yeah, no allies out. Darn. For my final act, I'm going to just impress the heck out of you. Are you ready to be impressed?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Thought you might be. I'm going to tap this for 1 resource.
Okay.
I'm going to spend this for the other resource. The resource is for an identity-specific event, which is Going Rogue.
Ooh.
Going Rogue says, I can remove 3 threat from a scheme. If I have Stalwart, I get to draw a card.
I love that.
So I'm going
Especially
to remove...
removing 3 threat from a scheme sets me up to remove the other 3 and get rewarded for finishing it. So.
Well, here's the part you may not like.
Uh-oh. Are you doing it anyway?
I was going to, because I have 3 thwart because of my jacket,
Ooh.
and I have you touched as a friendly character, I was going to thwart again to get rid of that, and then we can go
That's fine.
looking for Spiral. I figure it's not the worst thing, right? So I will do that. So I will exhaust Rouge.
Okay.
I do get to draw a card because of my Stalwart. Don't know how much that's going to help me. Okay, that's nice. And then we will... Yes, what do? Remove that threat from the scheme.
And then forced response. After the last threat is removed here, the player who removed that threat reveals the top card of the show deck and places 6th threat here. So it just resets the threat on here.
And hopefully we found... No.
We found a Mojo Runner, and then Wild Mojo will go on the bottom of the deck.
Got it.
What's that say?
Each minion and ally gain toughness.
Oh.
Well, there are none out. When revealed, discard each other setting environment in play if this card was revealed from the encounter deck against Surge. So nothing. Nothing happens.
Weird.
The other one...
So, I'm glad this doesn't... This is... It's nice that this is not relevant, but if there were minions and allies in play, does gaining toughness immediately make them tough? Or is tough defined as when this enters play, give it a tough status?
What do you mean? My guess would say... Oh!
Like, would this affect minions and allies that were already in play when this came in play? I kind of think not. I think toughness means enters play with tough.
I was reading it as if we had them out there, they would now get toughness. But
that's
now
not
that
what
you
this
say
says.
that, you say that, yeah, every minion and ally that now come out henceforth will have toughness.
Yeah, until we run through Mojo Runner.
I think it would apply to ones already out too, because it says that they gain it. It says each ally gains toughness.
Yeah, but this game uses that term a lot. Like, attacks gain overkill. Like, what the hell does that actually mean? It's
That's true.
Especially when it's printed on, like, if Spiral herself, if she had overkill, it would be phrased as Spiral's attacks gain overkill.
Yeah.
I don't know. This game uses the word gain in ways that...
Quite liberally.
Yeah, in ways that I wouldn't.
Okay, well, it doesn't apply to us.
Luckily, it doesn't matter, at least not this time.
Right, not yet. And I think that's going to be my turn.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to decide whether that changes my turn to want to play Dazzler, since she would then also have Tough, or whether I want to just fly through another 6th threat on the side scheme.
Yeah.
Let me start, and this will decide it. We'll see how well I hit here. I'm going to use Thief Extraordinaire.
Oh, wait. Longshot's out. He's an ally.
Oh, so we do need to know the answer to this.
Oh, and I could have touched him. I didn't even realize he was even out.
Touched him to gain Aerial?
And Aerial would have let me remove 2 additional threat, which I would have put on from here.
No, you can't remove from there.
Oh, we can't?
From the main
scheme.
scheme.
Right, because he's out, so it wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah. I think, and this fits the Grim Rule mantra of, if you don't know, choose what's harder for you, in this case at least. I think toughness only matters when they come into play. I don't think that saying all allies gain toughness makes them all tough suddenly.
Okay.
That's my read on it.
Okay.
Let us know in the comment, depending on whether you're watching this live or or as uploaded as a video on YouTube, let us know in the chat or comments.
Let us know if we botched that significantly, or if, like every game, the rules are meant to be debated in forums on Board Game Geek or Reddit, which is how a lot of these we find out.
Funny. There was a thread on Board Game Reddit this week about how someone saying, like, ChatGPT is a great resource for rules questions. You could just go to ChatGPT and ask it questions.
It's so wrong.
And that's what everyone else came up with their counterexamples of, like, it thinks this is how you play Gloomhaven.
Yeah, it's so wrong.
A perfect example of how, while that obviously that AI is going to be like world changing, where AI technology is getting, like, it's not just replacing good old fashioned knowledge and research quite yet.
So I looked it up.
Yeah,
because I was curious.
Yes, and
you are right.
Oh,
but
that's a first.
We were wrong about one thing. They say one person said, no, they gain the toughness keyword, not a tough card.
Mm-hmm.
And since they are already in play, nothing really changes. Then someone said, in my next hero phase, I thwart and exchange Mojo Runner for a different environment. Do those minions now have their tough card removed, or do they keep them? It says they lose the toughness keyword.
But they would already be tough.
Right. They don't lose a tough card that they already have.
Okay, right. Okay, so it works on both ends that way. Interesting. Okay, good to know. So now, the question is just, do I spend my turn thwarting the side scheme again to try to corner Spiral, or do I play Dazzler because she would be tough, so now seems like a good time to play allies? But I'm going to start by using my Thief Extraordinaire Alter Ego ability to thwart, looking at the top two cards in the encounter deck, choosing one, and removing threat from a scheme equal to the number of boost icons on that card. I got Caught Off Guard. Is the only one that has icons. Assault is on top. Just FYI. That'll be a boost card probably when she acts against us.
Good.
So that's one. And then the Thieves Guild, which I got to start in play, says that basically exhaust it to remove an additional threat from Thief Extraordinaire. That also can draw me a card if I remove the last threat that way, but obviously I didn't.
Got it.
Well, I was hoping to remove 3 there, because then I was going to play an event that removes the other 3 threat, and if it removes the last threat from the scheme, confuse the villain. But now that's not happening, so I think I'll play Dazzler.
Okay. The game decided for you what to do.
Yeah. Thanks, game.
Thanks, game. That was me.
Oh.
Yep. That was just... Sorry, everyone.
Oh, yeah, we got the wobbling overhead camera.
Sorry, everyone.
Butner's just kicking random chords under the table. Okay. So why don't I pay for it with Genius, Mutant Education, and I guess Passion for... Wait! Oh, man. I could pay for Creole Charmer with Passion for Justice, which would remove an extra threat. So that does work.
Thus getting rid of all of them.
Yeah, and Confusing Spiral.
Personal opinion, finding Spiral is probably like the one thing we want to like hyper focus on right now.
Yes and no. Like, it's also nice to have a couple setup turns where we're not getting attacked.
That's fair. Yeah, that is
so fair. I'm of two minds, and I don't really know how this scenario.
It just feels bad that we can't attack her. That feels bad.
It does. It does feel bad.
But you're right. Maybe we want to let our huge 30 pool.
And we're playing this quite blind to where we don't know what happens when she's cornered. We assume she can be attacked.
That's true. That's true.
But we don't know what else might happen.
We barely know what's in our own player decks.
Oh yeah, right.
So
these are actually, I think
we're fresh.
I think I got slightly derailed when I was saying before that the decks we were playing with are basically modified standard decks.
They are.
Yeah, we took we took the assorted cards in my collection, which is not everything, and just kind of each spent 10 minutes upgrading
good
decks
stuff
with some options.
Some fine stuff. We took out some of the extras in the starter decks. And,
yeah.
So,
okay, so I'll do that then. I'll Creole Charmer. So I'm gonna pay for it.
We got a chatter. Hello, Mr. Trench.
How's it going, fellow mutants? Yeah, that's my buddy Casey. I guess you've never met him.
No. Hi, Casey.
He visited LA like pre-COVID, but maybe you never. Yeah,
things have really changed.
I know, right? It rains here now.
Yeah, what's that about?
It's the worst.
Wouldn't be leaving if that were the case. Too late. Too late. Too late. Too late. Too late.
Escaping all the rain by moving to Portland.
It's too late. It's too late.
Anyway, I was going to pay these 2 cards for Creole Charmer, but they include Passion for Justice, which removes an additional threat when it pays for a threat event, and then I'm going to play Creole Charmer. An alter ego action, removing 3 threat from a scheme, but +1 removes a 4th. If this removes the last threat from a scheme, confuse the villain. So she is...
Well, you're not even going to have to go into your hero mode.
Yeah, I'm not sure I will. I should to get the charges. But yeah, you're right. I don't have to. And then we're going to move on to the next location, right?
Yep.
It is...
Come on.
A game of Mojos.
Of course.
So we got... Cornered is at the bottom of the deck.
Of course.
Each player gets +1 hand size. That's cool. And when revealed, discard each other setting environment in play. Oh, okay. So... But amplify icon. +1 boost symbol. That is defined, by the way, as only applying when the villain is acting and boosting, right? Like, it doesn't add a boost symbol for the purposes of my Thief Extraordinaire, I don't think.
Oh,
right? It would be nice if it did.
That would be my guess. Yeah, for sure.
But I doubt it. Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and... Hey, I was lying. I am Gambit.
Oh!
Yep.
You trickster.
I'm going to charge Decard. I actually, because I knew very little about Gambit, I watched a 9-year-old, 4-minute-long YouTube video last night that was just a high-level, who's Gambit and what's his background? Yeah. I didn't necessarily understand this about him, that his power is he, like, touches and charges up inanimate objects and they basically become, like, explosive, right? Yep. Like grenades.
That is correct.
So cards is just his choice.
Yeah.
Not like that they have any inherent...
Exactly.
It's not that he has a luck-based power or anything like that.
You'll see him do 2 other things.
He just likes throwing cards.
He will touch an apple and it will explode, kind of thing.
I had no idea.
It just looks cool that they're cards.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was pretty bad.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Okay, now... I guess... Alright. The one other thing I could have done with my turn was played Royal Flush and done, an attack doing 2 damage, then 2 damage, then 2 damage. But there's nothing to attack, so I guess that's my turn.
Okay.
Then remember, as we fill up our hands, that we have +1 hand size.
All right. Thank you, Mojo.
1, Ooh.
3, 4.
I have a lot of resource cards in my hand, but I feel good about that.
Yep. Liking this.
Okay.
All right.
Then, after that sip of beer,
bring it on, Spiral.
Villain phase. So we're going to put... Oh, wait. I need to get 6 threat back on the search for Spiral.
Oh, yeah.
And then 2 threat on Across the Mojoverse. Boo. And then Spiral's going to activate against you, scheming for... Oh, she's confused.
Well, no. So she attacks, right?
Yeah, but when she would attack, she schemes instead. That's her...
Okay. So I was thinking we would have to be an alter ego for the confusion, but because it just switches over to...
Yeah.
Got it.
So confusing her is always useful.
Perfect.
So she was confused against you, and then against me, she's going to scheme for 1, and I left a 0 boost card on top, so just the 1.
Brandon. Expertly done.
I mean, yeah, it takes a lot of skill to identify that taking the boost,
and you did it.
Taking the boost card with the icons on it
and you did
is better than the one without.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
So modest.
Yeah, I know. Okay, and then encounter cards. We're pretty blind to what might be coming out of this deck, which is always fun. What'd you get?
It's true. We literally have no idea. Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh,
and schemes.
It's advance.
How wonderful.
All right, she schemes for 1
plus
2, 3. So,
but now the obligation is gone, so that's nice.
Oh yeah, your deadly touch. And then my encounter card is Spiral's Swords.
Uh-oh.
Attached to Spiral, it uses 3 sword counters. That's fun. Spiral gets +1 attack for each sword counter on this card. And then, as a hero action, if Spiral is on her cornered side, spend 2 strength resources to remove 1 sword counter from the card.
Just to remove a counter?
You gotta do that 3 times to disarm her? Whew. Oh, man. This card is rough.
That is brutal.
Now I can't pick it up.
And they don't, go away after a use. They just
No, yeah, it's not that she gets +3 and then +2 and then +1 as she attacks.
So you have to spend 6 resources to get that to go away. That does not seem fair. Wow.
No. There was a card that I considered putting in my deck, and I don't think I did. Maybe it was from a pack I didn't know. Anyway, there's like a Justice X-Men ally that when you play it, you may spend an extra energy resource to discard an attachment from a hero, or a villain or minion.
Was it Bishop?
Maybe it's Bishop. If so, Bishop's in my deck. No, Bishop's the one who, when he gets attacked, when you get attacked, he like charges up and does one attack. Yeah. I can't remember what character it was.
That would be really useful right now.
It would be. It would sure be great in this situation, but I don't think I ran it.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll need to consider that. Also,
your first burn out. Congrats.
Because I was looking at another card that involved strength resources when I was modifying my deck, I did notice that I have very few strength resources in my deck. So, you're the one clearing the swords?
I do.
I mean, I have, like, right now I could use 2 resource cards. It would be way better spent elsewhere to do it, but...
Yeah, I can do it. It's 2 cards that...
do you take touch back at the start of the round?
I do.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, why don't I charge the card?
Charge the card.
Start out my turn. There's still nothing to attack, though.
Wait a minute. We forgot to apply Amplify when we were doing our boost icons.
Ah! You're right. That's an extra 2 threat.
Yep.
Brutal. So she's now at 12 out of 30. That happened fast.
That got up there quickly.
Yep.
Let's corner this lady.
Yeah, we should do that. And I think we're guaranteed the next time we clear the
I do believe we are.
scheme, right?
If not, we've done something horribly wrong.
Yeah, really. Well, then let's more than ever play Dazzler and confuse an enemy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So although now she's not going to be tough when she enters play, so that's a shame. The Power of Justice pays for 2, and Molecular Acceleration will pay for the other 2 and place a charge counter on Gambit. And we've got Dazzler. After Dazzler enters play, confuse an enemy. I choose the only enemy.
Good choice.
Spiral.
Good choice.
And then I can do a lot of thwarting here, which I guess I should do.
Dazzler and Longshot
Yeah.
love each other.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They got a relationship in the comics. Hello.
I didn't know that.
Read it.
So Mojo's got sci-fi, fantasy, western going, and I got romance going.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Brought an extra genre to it. I guess I flip and thwart with Thief Extraordinaire. So top 2 cards of the deck have what? Did you know this could be a thing?
What the fuck is that?
This is a dragon from the fantasy encounter set.
Pick that one.
I've never seen a card with 4 boost icons.
I haven't either.
I didn't know that was a thing. I figured that their machines could only print 3.
If that card had come out, I would have gone home. That is insane.
It has 20 hit points, retaliate 1 toughness.
Double
the amount of damage this minion takes from cards with a printed energy resource. That's interesting. So like Dazzler would hit it for 4.
Oh, interesting.
And if there's any like attack events that have printed energy.
Oh wow! And when defeated, each player draws 4 cards.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Oh,
okay, I wouldn't have gone home.
Royal Flush, my attack event that would do, when I'm charged up 3, then 3, then 3. In this case, it has the right icons. So it would be 6, 6, and 6, and basically kill it. This is actually okay. Not as bad as it looks.
Okay.
But anyway, that said, we are discarding it to take 5 threat off the main scheme because the Thief's Guild also adds 1. So that feels pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah, and I'm leaving a iconless goblin on the top. It's a minion with Surge, so expect some minions next. Oh, wait. Does it have a...
No boost
card? No, so that should be a boost card.
Right.
Okay.
Can you get 1 more threat off?
I mean, yeah, with one of my allies would be what that would take. Probably worth it?
I think it probably is.
Okay.
I think I would do... I guess it doesn't matter, does it?
Not particularly. They're both 2/2/3s. Yep. Longshot is the one who has piercing if he attacks, so I guess I'll preserve his hit points a little bit and thwart with Dazzler to complete the search for Spiral.
Thus,
And
Hey,
she's cornered. What does this actually say? Why don't you just leave me alone? Quote by Spiral. Sure.
Sorry.
She's confused. She's confused as to why we're not leaving her alone.
Stop looking for me.
We got kidnapped and dropped into
lady,
TV shows.
You got to answer. We got some questions for you.
When revealed, flip Spiral to her cornered side. This will cause her when revealed text, if any, to resolve. Reveal the top card of the show deck. Shuffle this card into the show deck. This effect cannot be canceled. So we're back to Wild Wild Mojo, and this will shuffle in.
Oh, here we go.
Meanwhile, Spiral says, oh, sure, this makes sense. If there are at least 3 times the number of players' teleport counters, here, remove all of them and flip Spiral. Forced response. After Spiral activates, place 1 teleport counter here. So after 6 activations, she teleports.
So we got to get her. We got to get her now.
That would be the implication, yes. So confusing will stop her activations, right, for that purpose, which is nice.
Okay.
But the encounter deck granting her attacks and
right.
schemes would accelerate that. But she's just scheming and attacking for 1 each, so she's not scary like attack wise, unless you consider that there's 4 boost icon cards in her deck,
and also swords.
Oh fuck! She has the swords. Oh, what are we gonna do about the swords?
I mean, I was gonna.
Well, I'm an alter ego, so I guess I'm safe.
I was gonna mull one of them off her.
Okay, I like that. Actually, I don't think I know what mull them off her means.
Sorry, mill. I don't know why I said mull.
Also, mill
one off. You know, like when you mill in Magic the Gathering, you just remove one. You mill her down.
Yeah, mill really specifically means like cards to the top of your deck. I don't think it.
I'm repurposing
applies
it. I'm
here.
trying to find a new cool way to use mill, and I found it. And it's on tokens.
All right then. I think that concludes my turn. So it's too late for me to go back to Gambit side and use my Royal Flush attack. So yeah, that's it for me. By the way, as a reminder for what Wild Wild Mojo is doing, is it's amping all damage by 1. Oh man, so Royal Flush would be really good.
Oh yeah,
because it does the damage 3 different times, right?
It's all damage. Oh,
damage any character takes is amped by 1, and also enemy attacks have overkill.
Well, yeah, this is great. So then this needs 6 more thwart on it. Threat.
Oh sure, yeah. The Search for Spiral resets yet again. Yeah, I guess even while she's cornered, we can start the next search. But also, this is our opportunity to take threat off the main scheme. Oh, speaking of which, before I pass the turn, should I do that with long shot?
Right. Yes.
I probably should do that with long shot. I'll take 2.
Totally forgot
I'll thwart for 2.
Have to do that too while we can. Oh, this is tough.
Mr. Trench says, you ever feel like Caleb should stop designing co-op games because he obviously hates losing? I'm not sure what that was in reference to, or anything in particular. But
who is Caleb?
Caleb Grace is a FFG game designer.
Got it.
I do agree with the sentiment that if you're a person who can't stand to lose, co-op games are... I mean, I don't know. Depending on the games you play, maybe you win more games if you play co-op than if you play competitive games, but it depends on the game. What is obviously LCGs are different because there's so many variables, but like think of a co-op board game, like let's say Pandemic.
Okay.
What is your ideal win rate? Like what should the designers set out for the percentage of the time that the players win to be?
I mean, my default answer would be 50%, but that's probably too low. It probably should be higher than that. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. The game success should be higher than that. So
okay,
the player success should be lower than that.
I agree, and I like hard games, so I feel like 30% is like win for the players is like maybe the sweet spot. I will caveat that I feel like the longer the game, the higher it should be.
Yeah.
Like losing Eldritch Horror after 3.5 hours is pretty frustrating.
Yep.
So, yeah, mixed feelings there. Anyway, I'm passing the turn to you. What are you up to?
I'm sad that I'm trying to find a way to do a lot of damage and coming up empty.
Well, she's not teleporting just yet, so if you can get some threat off the main scheme, that's also useful.
I want
and disarm her one arm at a time.
I'm starting to wonder about how useful those swords are because they add a damage. She's only got one. I mean, I guess it is going to add up after that. Okay, so
the interesting thing is that she attacks way fewer times per game than the average villain.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I will use these two to get rid of one charge counter.
Okay, one's removed,
one down. Then I will. Can't even really do anything with it yet. I will spend Genius to play X-Mansion. X-Mansion lets me, in alter ego form, heal 1 damage from any mutant or X-Men character, which includes allies. Now that I'm now realizing that.
Yeah. X-Mansion's great, I think, and also I'm running 6 copies of those neutral events that basically are free and don't even cost a card if X-Mansion is in play. So you've turned all those on for me. Thank you.
And I just realized
that was my. As I was a stupid, I just want to play with all these cards and built a 45-card deck. That was my justification to myself. It's like, well, 6 of them are they just replace themselves. So it's like a 39-card deck.
Not too bad.
So I'm glad that you've actually turned that on now and not made an idiot out of me. I mean, I'm still an idiot for that.
Of course,
but,
of course.
Because still a 40-card deck with those being functionally 34 would still be better. No one's saying it wouldn't be.
All right, I think Rogue, I'm going to do my touched. I think Rogue is going to touch the villain to gain Retaliate 1.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I'm going to get...
You're anticipating being attacked?
I'm not, because I'm going to flip. I'm going to flip. Really, there's no point in doing any of this. None of this.
Yeah, maybe it just doesn't matter this round.
Oh, yes it does, because I'm my jacket. Because I'm 1 of 4.
And if you're stalwart, you thwart better?
Or damage? Oh gosh, should I do damage? Should I do 3 damage or 3 thwart?
Thwart.
Okay. So then I will touch a friendly character. I'll touch Dazzler to give me the aerial trait.
Nice.
It's not going to do anything with it, but I will thwart 3 off the main scheme.
Cool.
Pow. And then I will... but if I flip... There's more scheme going on, and I could take the damage because I'm not too worried about her damage. So I will actually stay as...
If she attacks you, we know that she has no boost icons, if that helps.
That's true, too. Okay.
Because I was manipulating the top of the deck.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I will, in my turn, I will discard this at the end, and I will draw back to my
ready up. Oh, I forgot I ran this card. Cool.
Yeah, and we forgot to say that we are house ruling one particular rule.
Oh, I assume you drew a card that this matters then?
No,
we're playing the...
just came to mind.
What, like the multiverse rule?
Yes.
Yeah,
the multiverse rule. That's a good way to describe it.
Since we're breaking in these decks that just came out, and it is no fun to not be able to play your signature ally, we're playing them anyway, even though technically the unique rules don't allow it.
Yep.
I've always thought that was just a major flaw with the game, honestly. I think that's the word I would use, is that these characters all have an ally that if they play with the character who they have a team up card with and who is clearly intended to be a team member, they can't play their signature ally. It's very, very strange design choice.
I agree.
Okay. Villain phase. 2 threat on the main scheme. And then Spiral will activate against me, but I'm in alter ego form and she's confused, so she doesn't do anything.
Okay.
And then she attacks you for 1, 2, 3, and this boost card, which should be 0.
She does. She does attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, do I want to defend against it?
That's a question.
And I think the answer is no. I will take the damage.
Okay.
And the damage is 0.
Told you.
So 1 plus 1 is 2, so I take 2 damage. So I'm down to...
it's 1 plus 2 is her attack. 3 total.
Oh, right. 3. So I'm down to 11, so I'm at 8. So if I could get 2 1s, please.
Flip the one over you have. It's a 2.
Gosh.
I know your token's better than you do.
You and math. All
right. Okay, and then encounter cards.
Oh boy.
Mine is erratic teleportation. That doesn't sound good. Speaking of which, we should be tracking her teleport counters.
Oh yeah, she should have 2 or 1. She should have 1.
Yeah, she has 1. I'm using these. Are there enough of these green tokens for me to use them?
There are not.
Damn it. Well then, we'll use blue tokens, I guess. Just using them for everything. Okay, so she gained 1 when she activated against you, and then erratic teleportation says Surge. When revealed, if Spiral is on her cornered side, place 1 teleport counter on her. If she's on her escape side, you can spend a science resource to look at the top card of the show deck and put it on the top or bottom of that deck.
Well, that's really good.
That would be great if yeah, interesting. Okay, but she did surge into Blob 3.14.
Wow.
Blob 3.14 cannot take more than 2 damage from each attack and is a 1/16. Its flavor text is buffering.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
It's a futuristic version of the Blob.
Yeah. Okay, your card?
So you have to do them... Oh my gosh, that's perfect for Royal Flush.
Oh, but I want to do it to Spiral.
Oh no, you should.
It's going to be so much damage while Wild Mojo is out there.
You're right, you should. Alright, here's mine. It is Spiral Sword.
What?
She got more fucking swords.
Oh, damn.
Not again.
They're not unique. If she has 6 arms, it makes sense that she can have 2 of these with 3 each. But that's absurd.
Oh.
That's so many swords.
Oh.
She has +5 attack.
I'm gonna run out of cards before I disarm this woman.
Yeah, that's not great. That's a problem. I would say that's a problem.
Oh.
Well, I was planning to go to hero form, but now yikes.
Yeah, yikes is the word.
Actually, I can.
Ooh, remember
I can defend well.
Being in mutant form, you can use the expansion.
Ooh. Or alter ego form? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you being in alter ego form.
So, I guess it's back to our turns, right?
Yep.
So, you are first, but you can, if you want that done during your turn, you can request that I do it, I guess. It would pretty much be heal you or heal one of my allies.
I would say it would be better use of an ally.
Okay. You just go ahead and do that.
Yeah. So go ahead and heal.
Alter ego action. Any player whose alter ego has a mutant trait may trigger this. Okay, I was just double checking that.
So heal long shot.
Long shot's just slightly better than Dazzler,
just slightly. Okay.
That sounded sarcastic, but no, it really is a minute difference between the two.
It really is. Attach that to a character other than Rogue and here. He'll do Rogue and Mighty here. Ooh, that's good. Okay, we like that. Alright, so that's going to be one of them. And then... Oh, we also like this one.
How you doing over there?
Good. I forgot to do something on my last turn, but it's alright. I'll do it next turn. Alright. So, we are going to be... We got to touch. We got to do some touching.
Who are you going to touch?
Where's my touch card? Here it is. Gonna touch Dazzler again.
Okay.
Going to thwart for 3. Touching Dazzler off the main scheme.
Love that. Down to 6 on there.
Then I'm going to tap X Gene, spend this to play Energy Transfer. It says attached touch to a character other than Rogue and deal 2 damage to that character. Heal 2 damage from Rogue and ready her. You gain each of the attached character's traits until the end of the round. So,
I don't think I followed very much of that, but...
I will attach to Spiral, dealing 2 damage to Spiral.
Nice.
And healing 2 damage from Rogue. So Rogue is at
That's 8. That's first blood against Spiral. She's down to 24.
We are... Victory is in sight.
Yep.
And now I get all of her
Oh, wait.
her traits.
Unless you built this in, +1 from Wild Wild Mojo.
Oh, yeah.
Also, did you take an extra damage from her attack against you?
Nope.
So I should be too.
I should be at 9 instead of...
Wow. It just occurred to me that amps consequential damage on allies. Whenever a character takes damage.
Is it really?
It's not a good. So this is not a good place to use your allies.
Wait, what?
It would, right?
When a character takes damage, increase that damage by 1. Shit, you're right.
Are allies characters?
Oh. Yes, they are.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah.
Sad? Okay.
Boy, it's the Wild Wild Mojo out here.
It sure is.
Okay. I am thus going to stare at my hand and wonder... Oh! Because of that, I got to heal 2 damage and ready rogue. That's why I was doing that.
Oh, nice.
So get ready back up. And then for my re-readied, I'm gonna smack her in the mouth for 4 damage. For 2 plus 1 because I'm touching a villain, and plus 1 from here, so that's 4 damage.
That's great. She's down to 19.
And I am gonna have to hold off on. I'll hold off on the rest for a nice little play on her turn.
Okay. I gotta admit, I'm kind of leaning towards ignoring the blob for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
And the attacks for 1/1.
Yep. It's gonna get pesky.
Yeah, minions are characters though, right? So actually, I guess now I do get +1 damage against it too. Meh. I'm going to use my Thief Extraordinary ability to thwart to start.
Okay.
So, top 2 cards. They both have 1 boost icon, but 1 I do not want this to be. I do not want us to draw Avalanche 9.0 as our boost card. That has a boost ability. So, I'm gonna thwart for 2 after using the Thieves Guild to add 1. So, down to 4 on the main scheme. Back to where that started, so that feels fine.
Okay.
And then I'm going to flip... Wait, anything else in alter ego form? No.
We did this, so we're good there.
Yeah. I'll flip to Gambit. And then, yeah, play Royal Flush, right? Why not?
No reason not to.
I think I'm very sad. This is the first time I've ever put Living Tribunal in a deck. I threw in this deck when I was like, what Justice cards could Gambit run? This is the one that shuffles into the encounter deck.
Oh my gosh.
Shuffles into the encounter deck and removes 2 threat from the main scheme when drawn.
That's crazy.
And replaces a card that would have done something worse to you. Also, is kind of maybe the bigger. It's a
I never looked at that card.
It's a delayed encounter cancellation.
That's
almost.
awesome.
That said, I'm going to use it to pay for this card.
Cool though it is.
Yep. Royal Flush. So I'm going to place, or let me backtrack slightly and take my just once per turn charge, and then the Royal Flush says place 1 charge counter on Gambit, then deal 0 damage to an enemy, 0 to an enemy, and 0 to an enemy. So I'm going to use 3 charge counters to make that 3, 3, and 3. Wild Mojo makes that 4, 4, and 4.
That's amazing.
So it is... Oh, and I'm exhausted. Should flip that. Tempting to send some of that at the blob, but I kind of want to just wail on Spiral.
Yeah, I understand your conundrum.
12 damage is a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage. And she's at what? 19? So
yeah.
You would knock her down to 7.
I think we could get her to stage 2 before she escapes again if I direct this all at her.
100%.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
12 damage to Spiral. And why not? Right? Why not use Genius to pay for Beauty and the Thief?
Great card.
Our team up. It's going to do another 5 to Spiral. Oh, man. Or do I want to just do 5 to the blob here?
Or hit the blob.
Because that's so close to just killing the blob. And or remove 4 threat from a scheme. I guess I'll just keep going with the main scheme. That's exactly right to fully clear the main scheme.
Beauty and the Thief. What a card.
It's got to be the best team up card.
What
right?
a card.
Right?
Wow.
Man, like Rocket and Groot's team up has nothing on this. Isn't it? For Groot, it's like gain 2 growth counters, and for Rocket, it's like gain an ammo or something. It's so minor.
Wildly imbalanced.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think these are better heroes than either, or at least than Groot is. Anyway.
Certainly the starter decks are.
Yeah. So... No, I'm just going to keep going after Spiral.
Okay.
One of the best ways to deal with minions is kill the villain and end the game before the minions do much to you.
I see the logic there.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
JS in the chat says tokens look great.
Hey, thanks, JS.
Yeah, those are Butner's tokens.
Totally agree. They are from Buy the Same Token.
Buy the Same Token?
Buy
Yeah.
the Same Token is the name of the shop. Couldn't recommend them enough unless you like money. If you like money, maybe don't go after them.
You can have money or tokens.
Yes. You can have these tokens or you can have money. You cannot have both. That is the trade-off.
Butner made his choice.
I don't have money. I do have these tokens.
Yeah. The nice thing about, well, I mean, you're moving soon. The nice thing about being your friend is that I have money and access to tokens.
Not anymore, pal.
Damn it.
Get your own tokens. You're going to have to lose your money.
Ugh. All right. I'm going to hold on to that card. I am not going to act with my allies while the damage to them is amped, so I think that's my turn. I did not quite finish off Spiral.
Wait a minute. If we did, though, we could finish off Spiral.
Oh, that's true. At the low price of 2 damage to Longshot or something. The thing is, Spiral should be giving us one more turn of being cornered. She only has 2 out of 6 teleport counters on her.
Sure. She's so close, though. I wonder if when she goes to her second form, if it's like, are we happy we got through that quicker?
If anything,
I feel like it's worth it.
the text has implied that some of her... So it has reminder text all over the place that when she flips to her cornered side, her when revealed text triggers. Stage 1 didn't have any.
Yeah.
So we would almost rather her like be just almost dead on stage 1 the next time she becomes cornered.
So we can do additional stuff to her?
So that her it's one more time that when revealed text doesn't trigger. I'm saying.
But what if
she's still in stage 1?
What if in stage 2 she goes back to like she escapes us and all the teleport tokens go away and at the start of a fresh turn we have nothing to do damage to?
That can't be, because that would be when revealed text, right?
Oh.
Which if that triggers when she's cornered, then that would just be an endless impossible loop. Right, because that's like the stuff that happens when you advance to the next stage is when revealed text. So I don't think she'll escape.
You don't think her stage 2 has a when revealed?
I think it does, but cornered is very clear that when she becomes cornered, trigger her when revealed, and if it says she escapes, then all of a sudden the game is unwinnable. So I don't think that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's an unwinnable game.
So you, they might be.
We don't know. Blind play.
Haven't played it.
It could be anything.
So you don't think finish her off right now?
Not at like a greater, not at the cost of like extra consequential damage to an ally, or not at almost any cost.
Okay.
I do think that she should not teleport, and the next round we'll have a fresh round, and maybe we'll just want to do it then. But I don't think we need to push it now.
Okay.
That's my stance.
Let's do it.
And I guess since I am the one with the allies who could take her out,
they are
under your control.
It is
up to me. Yeah.
That is true.
All right, decision made. So we clean up.
And draw the hand size. I have 3.
Oh man! Before we leave Wild Wild Mojo, I did get another Royal Flush. Tempting.
That's hilarious. You can blast him. Kill his ass.
Oh, I don't have any allies in my discard pile. One of these cards that I was saying it like replaces itself if X-Mansion is in play. That's what it does. It shuffles X-Men allies back into your deck. I don't have any. Still probably play
You know
it.
why? Because you won't let them die. Let them die.
True, actually. I could just attack with Dazzler and then shuffle her back into my deck. That's actually not...
Let her
I can
die.
do that next turn. It
Okay.
doesn't mean I did anything wrong here. But that's a good point.
That's a good way to get him in there.
Okay, villain is just going to add 2 to the main scheme, and then I am a hero. Did I go first this round? No, you did.
I did.
So she's attacking you
She's attacking
for
me.
6 plus a boost. The boost, I believe...
Wait. 6? Where'd 6 come from?
She has plus 5 from her attachments.
plus 5. Where'd the other 3? I see plus 2.
They each give plus 1 attack for each sword counter on them.
Oh my gosh. I thought it was plus 1 for each. I thought it was just plus 1 per card.
Do you want to retcon slightly and go to Alter Ego? No, I'm ready. Actually, I have a big defense. Like
No.
I knew this was coming, and I stayed in hero form on purpose.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. It's fine. Bring it on. Bring on
All right.
every bit of damage.
Then it's being brought on. I believe we know this will be a boost of 1. So expect 7 damage coming at you. What do you want to do?
I'm going to play Mutant Protectors.
Ooh. What's that?
Cost 1. Says play only if my identity has the X-Men trait. It does.
Check.
Hero Interrupt defense. When an enemy attacks, put an X-Men ally into play from my hand, exhaust it, and declare the defender for this attack.
Whoa! That's pretty sweet.
You.
Oh,
Hello.
It's my doppelganger.
Hello. It's
Gambit.
Multiverse Gambit.
Does that have any comes into play effects? Because those would all trigger when you do this, right?
It doesn't. This was not the best card to do it for.
But it still soaks 7 damage.
It does.
It seems good. And to reveal the boost, it is 7. So
Goodbye, Gambit.
my buddy Gambit is the shortest amount of time I've ever seen an ally in play.
It was really quick.
That's a cool card, though.
Yeah, sadly, it cost me a whole shitload of... I'm not going to be able to do too much next turn, but that's okay.
That's okay.
I got 2 cards in hand. I can do something.
That's all I ask of you. Just do something.
You got it. I'll do something.
JS in the chat asks, what X-Men hero would you guys like to see next? We did talk about this a little bit earlier, or about some potential heroes like Nightcrawler.
Whoa, didn't talk about who I want to see. I'll tell you I want to see.
You're the X-Men fan. I am, not as much. But...
I would say actually Nightcrawler. I think that would be awesome. He would be rad as shit to see. The other long shot, I would have loved to see them do a long shot deck.
You didn't mean it is a long shot for them to do this.
Sorry, but it also is a long shot for them to make that deck. I do think back to the X-Force thing. I think Deadpool will be because he's X-Force.
Deadpool's X-Force?
Yeah.
So that would explain why Colossus and stuff were in the Deadpool movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he would be. I feel like I'll make so much money on a Deadpool hero deck. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like that would get a lot of people.
But the expectations, and especially because other games like Unmatched and Legendary that have done Deadpool decks are really lean into the fourth wall breaking, outside the box stuff. There's a lot of expectations on that.
Don't love that.
In practice, it's never that fun.
It is not.
No.
The Unmatched hero Deadpool is the worst character I've played in that game.
Oh wow, I haven't played it. I don't have any of the Marvel Unmatched stuff.
He's very bad. He's very bad.
Huh, that's brutal.
But I've never played any of the Buffy characters. I hear the Buffy characters are pretty bad too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I've played the Buffy characters, but only against each other. I've actually never mixed and matched the boxes. I have 4 boxes of Unmatched, and I've never opened more than 1 box at a time and used the character from one against another. So
great game. How have we never played that with each other?
Good question.
That's a great game.
Yeah, we'll have to fix that sometime.
Yeah, Unmatched is fantastic.
Anyway.
Yeah, would love to see Deadpool.
I was going to say...
Cable Nightcrawler.
Is he an X-Men per se? I was going to say Professor X.
He is. Mm-hmm. Most definitely. He's the X-Men.
That's true.
He's one of those where it'd be he's so powerful that it would almost feel underserved. His ally card is arguably one of the best ally cards in the game.
Yeah, and it's a Gandalf style one where it's a throwback to the Lord of the Rings game where it stays in play only for 1 round.
Exactly. So him being a hero would be interesting to see how they would do that.
Maybe they do it in the same way as the ally. You have 1 really great turn and then you're eliminated from the game.
Xavier goes off. And then you lose.
I mean, have we considered balancing overpowered heroes with that mechanic?
Haven't thought of that.
Yeah,
Haven't thought of that. That's a good counter. That's a good positive. Okay, but here's the negative. That's a good negative.
At the end of the round, remove yourself from the game.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good X-Men characters. What JS? What is yours? Am I missing one? I feel like I might be missing an obvious one.
That can't be.
No.
You know them all.
I know.
Yeah. While you continue to think about what you're missing, I'm going to continue to think about getting attacked for 1 million. Spiral's attacking me now for 6 plus a boost, but here's the thing. I am going to go ahead and defend with my 3 defense, and I'll also play Natural Agility an interrupt that when I defend against an attack, I place a charge counter on Gambit, so I gain a charge, and I I gain +1 defense for each charge counter on Gambit. So I'm now defending for 6.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She's still attacking me for 6 plus a boost, so something might get through. It's the Side Scheme Fetch Quest, which is a funny card to be in the fantasy encounter set. Oh wait, actually, it's got the boost ability. Put this card into play, so we're gonna learn more. Learn more about it. But I did avoid taking any damage on the attack.
Good job.
Fetch Quest. It's a Sir Mojo quote. Bring me a shrubbery. That's what it says. It's
little Monty Python in there.
I trash talk the flavor text in this game a lot. I think it's generally terrible, but I liked that one. I like taking the fantasy Mojo set and referencing Monty Python with it. Like Monty Python the Holy Grail. It's a good reference.
I like that.
Anyway, Surge doesn't matter here because it was not revealed right from the encounter deck. So that it's not like this comes in from its boost ability and Surges. Mm-hmm. And then this has 12 threat on it. That's quite the fetch quest.
Good gosh.
And then says, when defeated, in player order, each player may search their deck for a card and play that card for free.
What? That's a great.
That's pretty cool.
That's great.
We should probably do that at some point. Maybe,
yeah.
Right? Do you have cards you would like to play?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
For free, I could.
You're looking at your discard pile. It comes from your deck.
Oh,
that's a card you haven't drawn yet. Yeah. Ooh, so it would be better soon than in a few more rounds when our decks are thin. We'd have pretty limited options. So anyway, this is actually that's fascinating. This is okay. So it would surge if it came from the encounter deck, but this is actually like there's no downside to this. It's not doing anything to us.
Oh, you're right. It's just an option.
As long as there's no mechanic in play that's punishing you for the quantity of side schemes, then yeah.
Okay.
That's not bad. That's cool. Casey says Beast could be like Anti-Hulk.
Jay said maybe Beast is the next X-Men character. Could totally see that. Beast is a great character. Would fit very well in here as he has a good balance of brute attacking and also thinking to thwart. I could totally see Beast getting designed for this game. That's
Can you bounce things back to your hand like in Marvel Snap?
This guy in Marvel Snap.
That's all I think about.
Yeah, thematically.
Actually, you were just telling me that you barely play other video games because
No. I'm teasing. Big Marvel Snap fan. Yeah, thematically, Beast bouncing the cards back to your hand is okay, this is nothing to do with Beast.
I was saying earlier that Marvel Champions, I think the heroes are good at capturing the flavor of the characters and the mechanics.
Yes.
The allies and stuff, not so much. I think most of the time.
Yeah.
Marvel Snap is even more like abstract though, and even further from it in most cases.
Some hit really well.
That's true.
Like Nightcrawler, that's a great representation of Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
In that he can move. Falcon swooping up all your one-cost heroes, I never remember him doing that, but okay, that's fine, I guess.
But then for every one of those, there's like Spider-Man, who actually has a cool animation of he webs the opposite side of the board. But why does Spider-Man mean your opponent can't play at this location next turn?
Such an annoying. I don't want to hate Spider-Man, but fuck, when that card comes out, you're just like,
yeah,
that's terrible.
And it's just uncommon enough that you don't really expect it, and then it just destroys you. Yeah.
And you got Captain America, makes everyone better around him. That makes
true.
sense.
Yeah, he's a leader.
That totally works.
It's true.
Where were we?
We were... Where were we? We have gone on some tangents. We need our encounter cards. Here you go. I forgot really quick. Blob should have attacked me. I'll just take that 1 damage.
How much damage?
1.
How much damage?
Damn it!
Yep, I know.
2.
I'm so sorry.
That sucks.
Okay. Encounter card. Mana Drain. When revealed, choose a non-wild resource type. Oh, you can't use it. I got it. Okay, choose a non-wild resource type. Then each player draws 2 cards. Each player must discard each card from their hand with the chosen resource type.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. My entire hand is energy, so please don't choose energy.
I won't choose energy. I will choose...
You ever got 2 cards in hand? Oh, you played a defensive
event. Cost me 3 cards. I will choose strength, since I doubt either of us has much... I know you don't have much strength.
I have very little,
okay,
in my deck.
So I'm going to let's draw 2 cards, and then say strength. Perfect.
So I did draw... So do wilds get discarded? This is printed icons, right?
No, it's just any strength cards you would have to discard. and I have to discard one.
Okay, cool. I have to discard none. So I drew 2 cards there. That was good.
That was... How interesting.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever encounter those Black Panther snap decks that would get like tons of thousands of power?
No, I did not. I never did.
I never played one. I've just seen like videos on.
Yeah,
YouTube
I've seen the
stuff,
videos.
yeah.
Never saw it in
Right.
IRL.
I have terrible news.
No.
Assault. The villain attacks me. I've got allies to chump block. That's gonna have to happen here.
You.
Because she's attacking for. Actually, speaking of which, well, hang on. Let me think back to. You corrected me on. I had forgotten about the amped damage from Wild Wild Mojo on Blob.
Yep.
If I fully defended, I exactly defended. Did I take an extra damage from her attack?
Well,
it says when a character takes damage, increase the damage. I don't think I took damage, so I think I was correct to not.
Yeah, let's pretend you didn't, because I don't want to have to go back and do that math if you did.
I mean, it would just be lose a hit point.
Oh, that's terrible.
You're right. That's a lot of math. Okay. But she does attack me here. And if she hits me here, which I can't defend, so she probably would, it would not only be 6 plus a boost, but it would also be amped by Wild Wild Mojo. So, Dazzler, we were just saying you were probably going to be sacrificed this turn. It's a little earlier than we thought. You're going to defend. So the boost is no boost icons. So just 7 damage coming to Dazzler. Sorry, Dazzler.
And that kills her.
It does. She did not have more than 7 hit points.
Damn.
Unfortunately.
It was close.
But maybe I'll shuffle her back into my deck.
Oh.
All according to plan. For a second I was like, did I draw too many? Why am I higher than my hand size? But it's because of that mana drain. You gotta love an encounter card that helps you.
That's so weird.
Honestly, that was probably better than the card that I could have shuffled in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's so weird.
What's that called again? Living Tribunal. Not as good as Mana Drain. That's hilarious. Okay. So my turn now. She should have activated... We were not putting her teleport counters on her. She should have activated 3 more times there, right? Because 2 regular ones and an extra one from the encounter card, so she's at 5.
I would never have let you live that down. If another one had gotten on there, and she teleported away with us with 2 hit points.
But I was just saying, I think that would be ideal. Because that's 1 less when revealed trigger.
I'm still not following that, but let's keep going.
Okay. No, I need you to follow this. All right.
Okay. Explain it to me.
So, if we defeat her now...
Yes.
She's going to trigger her when revealed trigger on her stage 2, right?
Correct.
And also, when she escapes and gets cornered again, she'll trigger that when revealed trigger.
Presumably.
So that's two triggers.
Okay.
If we reverse that order, if she escapes and comes back, it's not there, it won't trigger, and then we push her over, it will trigger. It triggers 1 time instead of 2 times.
I trust you.
Sorry. We did learn from that hit point situation that 1 is a lot of math, so 2.
Yeah. What are you doing to me?
Out of your comfort zone.
What are you doing here? Oh my gosh.
Casey says, "Oh no, not everyone's favorite, Dazzler."
Sorry, Dazzler. You gotta go. You gotta go sometime.
Okay. Actually, now that I have X-Men Instruction, yeah, maybe I just use Rogue in my hands to pay for something. Oh, but I have so many charge counters. She's free. I like free. So I'm going to play Rogue. I'm going to start by charging to card. I'm up to 4 charge counters on Gambit. And then Rogue, your doppelganger.
Hey, Multiverse Rogue.
She's a 2/2/3 ally with toughness. And the cost player is reduced by 1 for each charge counter I have, which is 4. So she is free.
Ooh.
And she's tough. So she can soak that next 7 damage attack.
If it comes at us.
Yeah. When it comes at us. I don't know. Are you planning to get rid of more of the swords?
No, I want to kill her.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll just do that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. In fact, I have another Royal Flush. Maybe I do that?
And kill Blob with her? Kill her with 1 card and Blob with the other 2?
I don't think I care about Blob still.
I think you eventually need to care about Blob.
No.
He's doing 2 damage to you again.
He can't take more than 2 damage from each attack, which actually... does that mean Royal Flush can't even really send more than 1 hit at him?
No, because it's a separate attack.
I I still think that's really vague how that works and how it interacts with his charges and everything.
So, like, you could do 4 damage to him by deflecting 2. Actually, you could just kill him with Royal Flush and use 1 energy or 2 energy counters. Because you'd be doing 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack.
2, 2, and 2.
Right.
It would be 1 energy counter, right? Because each hit for 1 is amped from Wild Wild Mojo.
You're right.
But it's still using my Royal Flush and 3 resources, so it's not free. Okay, next, just to draw the card, I'll play X-Men Instruction. Play only if my identity has mutant trait, which means I need to be an alter ego. Am I Royal Flushing this turn? No? No, I might just sit on Royal Flush, so that's okay. I'll flip to alter ego now. And then I'll X-Men Instruction. Choose up to 2 X-Men allies in your discard pile. I believe Dazzler is the only one. Shuffle it into your deck, and if X-Mansion is in play, draw a card. So the card I draw could be Dazzler.
It is in the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
A little possibility, but a possibility.
Still possible.
Yeah. Darren, you're getting a lot of group text right now.
It's true. It's that, it's called something different right now, but it's that Survivor group chat I was talking about before we started streaming. Yeah. Survivor, good show.
Hope everyone's on the same episode.
Right. Oh, I drew a different ally. Okay, no, now this is how I'm gonna kill Blob.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna play Quake. I'll pitch these 2. I think I have cards that can shuffle Royal Flush back in my deck. I don't need it. Who needs to do damage? Quake is an ally. She's an Avenger, not an X-Men, but I brought her anyway because after minion schemes, exhaust her to deal 2 damage to that minion.
It's weird because Quake is a mutant, I think. So it's weird that she's an Avenger.
If you say so. Not according to her card. No mutant trait.
To the internet. But continue.
Okay, so now, yeah, whenever I'm in alter ego and Blob schemes for 1, he just gets hit for 2, and eventually will die.
Yeah, that'll happen. It'll get there.
And then, last but not least, I have a passion for justice. I don't know if you knew this about me.
I had no idea about that.
I do.
Tell me about it.
And I'm going to use this passion for justice resource to pay for... Wait. I can't. I was thinking... I got this confused with the resource that is 2 for justice. Like the ones that are 2 for their own aspect. This one cannot pay for breaking and entering on its own. So, never mind. I will thwart... Nope, I'm exhausted. I won't do that either. Kind of a lame turn.
Maybe you could send a long shot at Spiral and we could see what happens there.
Take 2 damage when you could... I was going to say you could just basic attack, but you're exhausted too. Fine.
No, that was just there.
Oh, you did not exhaust to defend?
No, I did not.
I think you do it then. Don't make me do double damage to long shot.
Well, I could do more... We could heal him with X-Mansion, but I could heal myself with X-Mansion. Actually, would you heal me with X-Mansion? Because I don't know if I'm going to flip to my alter ego side, please.
I would love to.
Thank you.
Heal yourself.
I'm at 10 now. Okay.
Okay. Your turn. Okay.
Take that back and heal yourself.
Okay. Don't have to tell me twice.
I insist.
I'm healed.
Don't fight me on this. Okay. We're going to go energy transfer. We are going to attach touched, wherever it is, it's still there.
Oh, yeah.
Attach that to Spiral. It's going to deal 2 damage to her.
2 to Spiral.
2 to Spiral and heal 2 to me, so I'm up to 11.
Oh. You go to 11.
Yeah, I do. And
Spiral's going to get pushed to the next stage?
Yep. Before I do that, because this readies me, retcon slightly. Let's have Rogue thwart for... Ooh.
That readies you too? That's very good.
Yeah. Let's have Rogue thwart for... Let's have my touch at the beginning of the turn be on long shot to give me an additional thwart. What of these things do we think we should I get ahead of searching for spiral?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's knock that down to a 3.
That's good.
And then
We may never actually do this fetch quest, but
it goes
is a
on
cool
her.
reward.
Oh my gosh. Did she...
What?
I just realized last turn I had retaliate 1, which would technically be retaliate 2. But,
should have pushed.
But Gambit intercepted it, so it wouldn't have triggered, right? Because it doesn't retaliate when you take it, or when you attack.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Yeah. So she's down.
Okay. Pushing spiral stage 2. And I guess it would be her cornered side of stage 2 still, right? Her scheme and attack abilities are now... Oh, God. She does teleport away right now, but not for the reason that I thought. If there are at least 4 teleport counters here, remove them and flip her. So suddenly the 5 she has is enough, and she will escape. Yeah. She also becomes a 2/2, and she still gets a teleport counter when she activates. So really, the difference is that she now teleports with 4 counters. So we need to really hit her hard when we corner her.
She's very slippery.
And she's going to have 30 hit points.
My goodness. Okay.
Okay, so she's escaped again. And that's it, right? Nothing else happens when she flips. She just flips. Cornered was already shuffled back into the deck. Okay.
And now she's going to be scheming for... Wait. Do those swords add to her scheme? No.
No, they don't.
Whew.
Yep.
That would have been the worst thing in the world. I will... Sadly, because my touch is now on her, if I thwart... Thwarting for 2 on that feels bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
So I could start the fetch quest.
Yeah, I don't see why not, if that's going to go to waste otherwise.
It's so shitty. Can I not pull another thwart?
Because we could, when we're talking about, we got to make sure that when we corner spiral, we have a big turn. Drawing 4 cards each is a way to do that. That's great. Setting up the fetch quest to trigger around that same time seems good.
Cool. Let's do it.
Okay, you took how much off?
2.
Okay, so it's at 10. So I don't know why I went to all these smaller tokens.
So you could have just taken the 2 away from the 10. But you do you.
I did. Me is done. Okay. Is that it for your turn?
That's it for my turn. Unless I want to flippity switch.
That's not a thing.
I guess it doesn't hurt me to because she's gonna scheme regardless.
Yeah.
So I might as well flip to get the.
Oh right, because she's escaped, so now she's never attacking.
Right.
Yeah. So forget about her swords. Who cares?
Right. So
those swords are in some other show.
I will flip. So I drop to a higher hand size. Cool. And that removes
then draw to that hand size. Oh. This is a terrible hand for this situation. I got all my attack events. And defense events.
No. That's not good.
Not great. I'll find something to pay for with these.
Damn, I got one of my big attack events too.
Yeah.
If only you had a blob in front of you.
If only. Okay, well, she's going to activate against me, scheming for 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that's a lot of threats.
Don't like that.
Scheming against you for 2, 3. Did I put her basic 2 on the scheme? I don't think I did. So she's at 12 already again on the main scheme.
That was quick.
Yeah, it sure did. And then encounter cards. Oh no. Blob also activates against me, scheming for 1. And then Quake can, after main scheme, exhaust to deal 2 damage back to the blob.
Nice. Okay, we like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'll take 1 threat for 2 damage.
Yep.
Okay, then encounter cards. Spiral is playing The Show Must Go On. Here's yours, by the way.
Thank you.
It's a treachery. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a card with the same encounter set as the current show environment and deals that card to themselves as a face-down encounter card. Interesting. Okay, so we're looking for a Western encounter card. Well, there's Card Shark, that big old minion.
Don't like that.
Ideally not that. That's the only thing in the discard pile, so I guess we'll look at the deck. Western cards, huh? We've got Dead or Alive. It attaches to the minion with the highest printed hit points and gives it a lot more hit points.
No.
Again, though, the blob is not doing that much.
Yeah, but you can only do 2 at a time, so that would be annoying.
I'm just never going to kill it. That's fine.
Okay.
So I'm not opposed to that one.
It's in the running.
We've got
two-
Gunslinger, a quick strike minion.
That one I like because I'm an alter ego form.
True, same. A Game of Cards, a treachery that
Draw 5 cards.
draw 5 cards, discard 5 cards. For each different resource you discarded, lose a support or upgrade from play.
Oh,
That sounds terrible.
I don't like that at all.
No, I don't want to lose even one. Actually, I guess like if I lose the Thieves Guild, it's not actually the end of the world. Another copy of Gunslinger. Those seem to be our options. So I think I like Dead or Alive, and I'm just going to attach it to the blob.
I'm into Gunslinger.
You're into Gunslinger. Okay, and this is dealt to you, so technically it's your face down encounter card. I resolve Wanted, which attaches the minion with the highest printed hit points. It gives it +6 hit points 3 times the number of players. And when attached minion is defeated, each player adds 1 card from their discard pile to their hand. So there's a bounty on the blob now.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know that we're going to actually do that.
How many more hit points? He has 6 more hit.
Yeah, so 12 total.
Good gosh. So
Yeah.
is it 10?
Yep, 10 remaining. This guy just give Quick 5 more rounds. She'll get it done.
Get him quick. All right, Gunslinger. Quick Strike doesn't do anything. Force interrupt when this minion engages you. Before resolving Quick Strike, you may spend 2 energy resources. If you do, deal damage to this minion equal to your hero's attack.
Oh, but you don't have a hero with attack at the moment? Can you do that?
Oh, you're right.
I think no. I think that's meant to kind of be paired with the Quick Strike. They both happen or neither.
Correct.
Oh, which is good. It's like it's a duel. It's like 3, 2, 1, draw.
Oh, that's so good.
That's pretty good. That's
You're
good.
right.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the flavor text.
Oh, it's just draw. Yep. Oh. All right.
Sometimes.
Another rare, maybe less rare than I thought, flavor win from Marvel Champions. Who knew?
We got to see who wrote Mojomania. Brandon's a fan.
I am a fan.
Yeah.
Turns out
Yeah.
this is a good scenario back.
Yeah.
Okay, you still have one more encounter card.
Shit, that's right. And it is well armed. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
When revealed, if a copy of Spiral's swords is
Yep.
attached to Spiral, she attacks you, even
Oh.
if you are in alter ego form.
Oh.
Otherwise, search the.
Wait.
You gotta be kidding.
But
me.
her interrupt still applies, right? When she would attack, she schemes instead. I think she just schemes,
Okay.
right? Otherwise, search.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she would
Her
attack, she schemes
interrupts.
instead.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a lot of threat going on the main scheme this round, but she's just scheming for another
2 plus
4 total.
Okay.
So we're up to 17 out of 30 suddenly. There was 2 at the start of this round.
Where's the discard?
Over here.
2 at the start. We
got plus 15 threat on the main scheme right there.
Okay, good to remember.
Yep.
That can happen.
And may happen again next round. This could be our last round.
Oh man.
So we really need to corner her so that she attacks us for 7 instead of scheming. Oh god.
This is getting tough fast.
It is.
Okay.
Actually, I have that defense card again. I can take another big attack. So if we can corner her, that would be my plan. You go first though.
Man, where do you even fucking start? Okay, well, X-Mansion would be the time I would want to use this. Can I request you attack with an ally? Or I guess you can use the X-Mansion.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can request the basic actions, right? I think it has to be action printed on a card. It can't. It can't be basic attacks and thwarts.
I would let you use X-Mansion. Just remember that when it's your turn.
Oh, that I could do out of turn. But maybe I want to wait until, and then like he'll long shot or something.
Oh. Yeah. Not worried about her attacking me, but she's scheming, so we got to get past that first.
We should probably focus on the search for Spiral corner again. Hopefully her corner card is not third in the deck again. If so, we might be hosed.
Okay. Also, I've got this little dickhead in front of me. All right.
Oh, that's right. A little gunslinger. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip over to my hero side. I'm going to touched to a enemy character to give Rogue +1 attack. I will then, I guess I'll use my attack to kill him. Why does that feel bad?
I'm okay with it.
You shouldn't be, because it was
a bad idea.
It was a test.
Oh, wow! I didn't see that coming.
Entrapment. You wouldn't have known that was a trap, but it was. And here's what.
I mean, if it's a good trap,
here's what we're really doing. Here's what we're really doing.
The key part of your plan to trap me was me not knowing it was a trap. Brilliant.
Any good trap works that way. Okay, we're going to spin 2, and we are going to a card you may have heard of, Beauty and the Thief.
I love Beauty and the Thief.
So we are going to do 4 damage to an enemy, 4 threat from a scheme, 4 damage goes to the gunslinger, 4 threat goes to there.
Love that. Okay, so the search for Spiral is cleared for the moment, and we're going to move on to the next show, which is a game of Mojos.
Dang it.
+1 hand size, +1 boost icon.
Why is it so hard to find Spiral?
Yeah. The +1 hand size is nice, but I really think we got to fly through this.
Yeah, so now my touched... I didn't put my touched on anything. So I put my touched on a friendly character. So a friendly character is going to be Rogue. Should I touch Rogue? No, Rogue's not going to touch herself. She's going to touch Longshot and get an additional thwart. She's going to thwart for 3 on the hunt for Spiral October.
Love that. It's down to 3 again.
And oh wait, no.
No?
Wait, but she's not attacking us. She's not going to do any damage to us, so I don't need to worry about that.
Unless we successfully corner her.
Yeah, which would be
which is kind of the goal.
Amazing if we could.
Yeah.
I'm so conflicted. Do you think you'll clear?
I'll be clearing search for Spiral at least one more time.
So I need to touch. I need to be touching Spiral to negate the damage if we encounter her. So I'm wondering if I remove, add one more thwart in there, and instead of thwarting 3, I'll thwart 2.
That's totally fine. I can play an event that does 4.
Great.
So
then I am touching Spiral.
All right.
In the hopes that we find her.
It's more of, I guess, in that we're looking for her. It's more of like a figurative touch.
Oh, yeah.
You're like thinking about touching Spiral?
Right.
It still works.
That's a good point, because we are looking for her, so I shouldn't be able to touch anything right now. I don't know where she is.
Okay, anything else on your turn?
No.
All right, then. Well, damage is no longer amped, so it's like a good time to use allies. Although, I guess Rogue, it's still like her tough to actually soak an attack.
Yeah, it feels bad when that doesn't happen.
Why don't I start with... I definitely don't need 2 copies of Charged card at this juncture, so I'll pay for this with this. I'll play Breaking and Entering. Play only if you're a thief or a spy. I am. Remove 3 threat from a scheme, but I paid for it with Passion for Justice, which means an extra threat. So we are searching for Spiral again.
Please.
She's cornered.
Yes!
Okay. Flip Spiral to her cornered side. This will cause her rune reveal text if any to resolve. She still doesn't have any, so maybe only stage 3 does.
Oh.
Shuffle this card into the show deck. This effect cannot be canceled. Reveal the top card of the show deck. So we are in Mojo Runner again, which gives all minions and allies toughness. And we've... Here. Cut the deck. Okay.
Perfect. No telling where she is.
All right, so she's cornered. She's targetable. We can target her. Also, there's going to be 6 threat back on the search in case we need it.
Are you able to
The
wail?
problem now is that we need to make sure to wail before she teleports.
Can we do 30 damage in maybe 2 turns? It might be less than.
It's going to depend on my next hand. This hand is not going to do a lot of damage.
This is not the damage turn.
No. Why don't I flip... Take a charge, since I can charge the card here. Oh, wait. What's my action going to be? Do I want to thwart? We can thwart the main scheme now. Probably before I flip.
Oh,
I'm gonna Thief Extraordinaire.
Oh, gosh.
So,
forgot about that.
Yeah, unless we're going for the fetch quest. We were saying the fetch quest could set up the turn we need here.
That's a great point, but the fetch quest is
what
pretty far
should I
off.
thwart?
It's 10 away. Oh, man.
Actually, I can see the result before I decide what I thwart, right? This says... look at the top. The cost of the ability is to look at the top 2 cards in the counter deck and discard 1, and then the effect is remove threat from a scheme.
Oh,
So yeah, I'll be a thief.
decide later.
There's a 3 here.
Ooh.
Asteroid M.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
To play on Asteroid M.
Okay, there's a 3 and a 2, which means I have to leave 2 boost icons on top.
And
If she attacks though, like Rogue could block that super powerful attack. So anyway, I'm going to remove 4 with Thieves Guild. I'll take 4 threat off. Oh man, so now that's the question is which.
it feels scary to have 17 out of 30.
It does, but she won't be scheming so much. She'll be attacking us.
That's true.
So it should actually be safe-ish.
So if you took from 10 down to 6,
And Longshot can take it to 4.
and Dog's activity to 4,
And then next turn we can hopefully trigger the fetch quest and then
draw 4. Is it
wail
4
on her.
each?
4 each.
I think you convinced me.
Okay, that's the plan then. That's the plan then. I'm gonna thwart the fetch quest for 4.
Well, it's risky.
Yep. And then what? Well, then I'm flipping.
Yep. Thank you, Brombe.
Oh, our overhead camera is frozen. Yeah, appreciate that. That is an annoying tech issue that I haven't been able to shake, but I know what to do. Appreciate that. Now it's unfrozen. Wonder how long that... I'm looking at the frozen one on my iPad and the one on the... That's live, and it doesn't look very different. So it wasn't like that for very long.
And there we go.
Okay. Well, then you just said, and there we go, when you were watching the stream,
Yeah.
which is like 30 seconds behind.
That's
so
true.
now you've created a
That's
loop.
true. Sorry.
Now we're going to comment on that in 30 seconds.
So yeah, let's wait.
This is where Butner said, and here we go. All right. I just don't think it's worth sitting on this card, even though it's an attack action. So I'm going to use it to pay for Gambit's staff. When an enemy attacks, exhausted to deal damage to that enemy.
I like
something.
I like it.
That just leaves me with ally actions left. So, and I was charging, so I'm up to 5 charge counters. If I can get a Royal Flush, I can do a lot of damage. But we'll see. So anyway, Longshot I think will just thwart the fetch quests.
Yep.
Get it down to 4. Rogue, I'm torn. Rogue...
No, you should use her toughness to absorb the attack.
But I do have natural agility again, and I have 5. I'll have 6 charge counters. Yeah, so I can defend against... I can fully defend against even this giant attack.
Oh, wow.
The problem is I'm exhausting myself to defend.
And you'll have 1 less card in hand. Oh, right. And you don't want to exhaust.
Yeah.
Use her toughness.
All right. So I'll save Rogue then to defend against that attack. In that case, then I'm going to change how I paid for Gambit staff. I'm going to pay with that defense card.
Okay.
Because I don't know if there's life after next round to worry about. So who needs defense? We're going to kill her, right? Right?
We will.
Right.
After a 3-minute interval, so I'm going to use the restroom.
All right.
I don't want to have to do this right now.
It is a pretty inopportune time, but
It is. The beer has reached the station.
Sure, that's how beer works.
You could advance our stages, aren't we? The enemy.
I will. Yeah, I can resolve. Well, we got a cleanup. Or have you already done that?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll draw my new hand. We do not have the plus hand size here. Okay. This hand is not bad. And then let's get to the villain phase. The villain's going to put 2 threat on the main scheme, putting it at 19. And then she is going to attack Butner for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus a boost card that I believe we know has 2 icons on it. So as soon as Butner gets back, we are going to see what he's going to do about this 9 damage attack.
I got it. Don't you worry.
I was just going to say, I don't know if the mic is picking up. Butner is yelling at me from the bathroom, so this is great entertainment. I was just going to say, like, if I had kept that defense event, I could have just soaked both of these attacks. One with Rogue and one with that event. But oh well. Yeah, this is, I think, going to be the single biggest attack I've ever seen. Should be good. I forgot to put consequential damage on long shot when he thwarted. I'm now realizing, so that's fixed.
Hey, if any water goes missing from Antarctica, we're gonna check the faucets in that bathroom.
Oh, they are so cold. Yeah,
I've never had water so cold that it makes my hands numb. Just for a second. How does it happen? Honestly, it's amazing.
Oh, we installed a water cooling.
I would believe it. I would honestly believe it.
It's just basically the temperature that it is outside, which is cold right now.
Whew.
Yeah, I mean it's actually not that cold. It's 55 outside, but for water, that's cold.
Hand numb.
Yeah,
Fingies numb. They're fine now.
Hypothermia, all that. You needed to do your cleanup.
Yes, and my cleanup is to draw to my hand size. Is it +1?
No. And then you are getting attacked. This will be the boost card. If I'm remembering correctly, it is 2 icons that I left on top of the deck. So
Yes.
you're getting attacked for 9 here, which I was saying to the stream, I think is the largest attack I've ever seen. Good luck. I don't think I've ever seen double digits.
And I've only got 11 hit points. I could take it and go down to 2, or...
I kind of love the idea of taking it and going down to 2. That seems fun.
Okay, other option.
Uh-huh.
I could play what's called Bulletproof Bell. It's an interrupt card defense. When an enemy with touched attached to it attacks, that would be Spiral, prevent all damage from that attack, and gain a tough status card.
That seems better.
So, it's like which?
Take 9 damage or take 0 damage and tough.
I will do that one, you're right.
Yeah,
I will pay for it with X-Gene because it's an identity card.
Oh, nice. That helps. Because I was going to say, the one downside is, like, we are counting on this being a big turn.
Yeah.
And, you've wasted a card.
I thwarted.
Okay, but yeah, so she does boost for 2. She gains a teleport
If I
counter.
get a tough token.
Oh,
please.
I would love to give you a tough token. Here you go.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, and then she's activating against me, attacking for 7 and a boost. But I am going to... I'm going to defend with a rogue. So as long as this attack does not give... Or this boost card does not give the attack piercing, we're good. Oh, wow. It has a boost ability. Take 2 indirect damage. That kind of sucks.
That does suck.
I'll just put it on Gambit. I'm down to 6 hit points. But Rogue does soak that attack with just her toughness, so that's great. And encounter cards. Here's yours.
Gunslinger.
Oh, and the quick strike does happen, including this ability. I don't think you bought it to spend resources on it.
I don't, especially when my hero's attack is 2. Yeah. Okay, so I will take 2 damage. Oh, and it kills the tough.
Yeah.
Bye, tough. You were fun.
All right.
And I forgot.
My encounter card is Toad 2.0. It's a 2/2/3 minion. After Toad 2.0 engages you, here, let me put this where the stream can actually see it. After Toad 2.0 engages you, place 1 upgrade you control face down under Toad 2.0. When defeated, return each card under Toad 2.0 to its owner's hand. Oh, so he's stealing my staff. Then let me retcon slightly, because after an enemy attacks, I should have been exhausting it to deal damage to that enemy, doing 1 to Spiral. She's down to 29, which I feel like is way more achievable than 30 was, so I'm feeling good about that. And then Toad 2.0 steals my staff. Also, I forgot that the blob should have attacked me for 1. So I'll lose that hit point.
Screaming, are you okay?
Yes? I'll be fine.
She's got to do a lot of damage here.
Yeah.
And now she's up to 2 teleport counters? Because she's activated.
Yes, because she activated it against me there too. Also, yeah. So, oops, I'll just flip that token over. +2. Okay, that's it. We did it. We survived. Do we win now?
At what cost?
So, okay, let's do some. I'll go first here. Yeah.
Yep.
So, based on my current hand, I can do about, and I'm ready. Not a crazy amount of damage. I can do like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish damage, which is like almost half, but not as much as I'd like. But
Yeah.
I do have X-Men Instruction, which will draw me a card. So I'm going to start there.
Okay.
X-Men Instruction, play only if your identity is a mutant. Oh, shoot.
It does not.
No! That's annoying. It's an alter ego action anyway. Let me back this up then. I don't have quite the resources to play both of my attack events. But this one's... it barely matters here. Are we not winning this round? Do we need to think longer?
I don't think we're going to win this round.
Damn it.
I can only do about 10.
Then this is also our opportunity to take Red off the main scheme.
But
But?
I can stun her, which will delay her teleport counter.
That's huge.
Yep.
That is huge. Now I'm double checking, do I have a way to stun or confuse? And I do not. But that's great that you do. Okay. So then as long as the encounter deck doesn't give her an extra activation.
Yep, which is...
Love that. Okay, well then let me... I don't need these 5 charge counters. In fact, 6 once I charge the card. So I'll start by playing charged card. Deal 4 damage to an enemy, but I'm going to use 3 charges to make it 7 damage, and when I use 3 charges with charged card, this attack gains ranged, piercing, and overkill, none of which matters.
But if it did...
This is another one of my many little gripes about this game, is that it has so many keywords that are for such niche things.
Yeah.
Like piercing, like why is that keyworded almost?
Yeah.
It's just, and ranged is even almost more niche. Because even when it does work, it generally prevents 1 damage to you.
Yep.
Anyway, 7 damage, still is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Spiral's at 22.
It's pretty good.
And then I can play my guild armor. That's actually pretty good at preventing the damage that Toad would do to me and stuff.
Is there any thwarting we need to worry about across the Mojoverse?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm probably flipping to Alter Ego and thwarting that then.
Okay.
With my basic action.
When you flipped Alter Ego, you can use the X-Mansion to heal from you or long shot.
Oh, that seems good. Yeah. Probably me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide now whether to use... Yeah, I don't think that I care about playing my guild armor this late in the game. So I'm going to flip to Alter Ego. The first thing I will do is play X-Men Instruction, since that's an Alter Ego action. I can choose up to 2 X-Men allies in my discard pile and shuffle them back in. Are there any? No. So the up to 2 I'm choosing is 0, but I draw 1 card.
Okay.
This is the one that'll save us. This didn't save us. Nope, that didn't really help at all. Okay.
Well, damn.
But I will thwart... I forgot. Right, when we were doing all the math about can we win, we forgot about fetch quests. That was the whole plan. How did we forget about fetch quests?
It's okay.
Do I thwart fetch quests?
How much thwarting were you doing?
I mean, if I... no, my basic...
I don't know if you were getting 4 off.
I can. If I hit a 3 boost symbols with my basic, I can.
That feels so unlikely.
Well, okay, so I can do it before I decide which scheme. So I'm gonna Thief Extraordinaire, which means especially once I'm doing something random here, I'm committing to like no retconning. Say I'm still a hero.
But also, even if you did pull the 4 cards now, you're in Alter Ego form, so you wouldn't be able to
attack anymore. That's why I was saying like, should I actually have gone back to hero? Oh, but I played X-Men Instruction and everything. Okay, I'm just gonna say I committed. If you successfully buy us 1 more turn with her cornered, then fetch quest will be huge.
I will definitely stun her, but
there is a 3, Magneto 2.6. So that with the Thieves Guild, I'm removing 4, so I am capable here of completing fetch quests.
Would not do it. Would definitely do it on there.
Just 4 from across the Mojoverse? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. If you say so.
Yeah, buy us some time. Because you getting 4 cards right now is going to feel bad. Because you're just going to go up to 2 more.
I mean, unless I get an ally or something, then that could still attack and could attack next round
maybe.
too. Like, it'd be...
I think you would rather have 10 cards next turn.
You're probably right. Okay, then long shot will thwart. And here, let's just have long shot thwart the fetch quest. Did I get it down to 2?
I like that.
Then it's just a slight
Easy.
push. And Quake, what's Quake doing this turn? Quake will attack Spiral for 2. She only has 1 thwart, so I don't like to thwart with her.
I like that. Okay.
Then good. I guess...
Well, we got more.
Just because these cards are not actually... Like, I'm not going to want to hold them into next turn. I'll go ahead and play Gambit's Guild Armor. As a hero responds, after I defend against an attack and take no damage, I can ready myself. So, like, that could block, like, the blob or something, essentially, for free. We'll see if that matters.
Good card with the right build.
Yep.
I would assume Protection Gambit would be bonkers with that.
Quite likely, yeah. And he's got that signature card that, like, defends for a ton, so it still works well with that.
Okay. My turn.
Yep.
So, last action on your turn, you should heal 1 from yourself using X.
Oh, yeah, thank you. X-Mansion heals me. I'm at a nice, comfy 6.
Alright, so I am going to, at the start of my turn, touch...
And speaking of the beer coming into the station, I need another beer.
Touch
you
my...
one?
Nah. Oh, you have his IPAs. But thank you.
Oh, did I take the last... Was this... this is a wit.
There's another tall one.
I have seltzers or hard kombuchas.
No, thank you. Those seltzers mess me up.
I have whiskey.
No, I'm okay. Yeah, actually, if you had like a Dr. Pepper or one of those thingies, one of those sugar-free ones,
I do.
Papa would love that. Okay, stream. Here's what we're gonna do. We are touching the villain. Touching the villain is giving us Retaliate 1. We are then spending 3 resources to play Southern Cross. Southern Cross is an event. Hero action attack. It says deal 6 damage to an enemy. Ooh, thank you.
Is that what you were reaching out for?
No, it was not. That was good. Good timing. So I'm dealing 6 damage to an enemy. Oh, I forgot I had Mr. Dorko here in front of me.
It doesn't have guard or patrol, right?
No.
Ignore him. What are minions?
So I'm going to do 6 damage to Spiral. Because I have Retaliate, I also will be stunning that enemy. This guy.
I wanted to say that seems like a great move, but my beer overflowed and needed to be sipped. So
she's down to 14.
Love that. And she is stunned.
Stunner-risky.
Love that too.
Hopefully buying us the 1 extra turn we need.
God willing. And if not, we are pretty fucked.
We're in trouble. We are in trouble if not. Okay. Not much I could do on that turn because of that. Only thing can do now is basic attack. Because I'm touching an enemy, I have 3 attack. I am going to attack Gunslinger to get him out of my face because I don't want to take damage.
Okay. Meanwhile, I just accumulate all the minions. Who cares?
You don't. You clearly don't.
Is that the end of your turn?
You do have a lot of allies too, though.
Yeah.
That is the end of my turn. Dropped 5.
Okay. Or 6 if you're cool like me.
You are cool. Oh man. Yep. Got good stuff in here.
Where's Professor X been this whole game? He'd be a good play this turn.
You found him!
I did! Actually, when you're going for the kill, that's like the one thing he doesn't help with. He's good at thwarting, and he like stuns, confuses. He readies an X-Men character, so that can help kill, but
that's true.
On his own, Professor X has no way to deal a single point of damage.
So who do you like more, Professor X or Nick Fury? Keep in mind, Nick Fury costs 4.
I'm trying to remember what things Nick Fury can do. What are the choices you have?
It's deal. Oh, fuck, what is it? It's like draw 3 cards.
Oh yeah.
Deal. Is it 4 damage? Maybe it's like deal 2 damage, or remove 3 scheme, and then he's also a 2/2, and then you can obviously use him to absorb the attack.
Obviously.
I
don't know.
Both are good.
They're both good. Yeah.
But like you said, if you do need to do damage,
and you can
Xavier's not your guy.
You can run them both. So the number of those like temporary nuke allies you can run has doubled.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the part of the plan, the reason I ran 3 X-Men Instructions and X-Men's Mansion was because if you get him earlier, you can keep recurring him, keep putting him back in your deck.
Oh yeah,
because he's an X-Men ally.
Yeah.
That didn't work.
Wow.
Shoveled under the bottom of my deck. Go figure. Yeah.
That happens.
All right, villain phase. We're gonna get 2 threat on the main scheme, putting it at 17, and then Spiral is going to
activate against you.
Activate against me, scheming for 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
All right. That's gonna go to 21 on the main scheme out of 30,
Ooh.
and get her a teleport counter.
Ooh.
But then crucially, we didn't put the token out there. You did stun her, right?
I did, yes.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. So she's stunned against you. She does not activate.
Did you add the 2 threat at the beginning of the turn?
I did.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Okay, and then
She activates against me, but she's stunned.
she's stunned. So now encounter cards, which is going to be 1 for me, shuffle, and we get an acceleration counter.
It's alright.
Not what you like to see, but if it's
all right.
going to be the last round of the game, this won't matter.
She's got 12 hit points. And is
14 hit points.
14 hit points. Just don't teleport.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
We don't even need to play the rest out. As long as she doesn't teleport with these encounter cards.
We'll win. We could basically win with like all my allies and both of our basic decks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you know what that means.
Don't say it. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything to me. Oh, wait, it doesn't look like anything to me. That's the Westworld reference? We're in the wrong show for that anyway.
That doesn't look like anything to me.
Yeah. All right.
Great show. What happened?
I
stopped.
To
I
the
stopped
show
watching.
or to the why is there no more Westworld or
I
what
stopped
happened to the
watching
show?
after season 1.
Oh, you mean what happened in the plot?
Yeah, I mean, not.
Oh,
Well,
God.
I don't literally mean that. I just mean it was so successful, and then it just seemed to disappear.
It's because it got bad.
Yeah.
Season 3, I never watched season 4. I think it got canceled after season 4, which was
did.
just like last fall. It was not that long ago.
But season 1 was so good.
Yeah.
And I just, wow.
Season 3 was exploring a lot of really interesting things, and none of them in a satisfying way, nor did it really have a good plot. But like, it was exploring like, there's an AI that is essentially puppeteering everyone's lives. Like, it, in a way that like maybe some people kind of know about but don't really understand. It's like in how it's in everything from, you know, the algorithms you see on social media to which colleges you get into and everything. Like, it learns about you, then decides like, you're going to be a garbage man. I'm going to pull the strings in the background to make sure you end up a garbage man, kind of no matter what you do.
Boo.
Even though it'll feel like you chose to be a garbage man or
right.
something. You didn't. And like, that's one of several really interesting kind of things going on in season 3 of Westworld.
Casey said they went east. That was the problem.
Yeah, that could be, actually. Didn't they go east in season 1? Or when did they go to like the Asian-inspired park?
At the end of the like finale.
Oh,
of
so maybe that was season
1,
2 that they actually
teased
spent some time there.
The
Yeah.
Japan Westworld
Yeah.
thing.
That was a good episode that had nothing to do with anything, is how I remember that when they went to like Samurai
It's not
World.
called Eastworld.
Yeah. Okay. We've stalled long enough.
Oh, gosh.
Let's see what happens. My encounter card is a game of cards. Oh, God.
No! We didn't like this one.
This is fine. I don't really mind losing my upgrades, like my armor, but when revealed, draw 5 cards, choose and discard 5 cards for your hand for each different printed resource type, discard and upgrade or support you control. So really, this is letting me filter my hand to make a great hand.
Okay.
Like, there's upside here.
Okay.
So I've drawn 5, and now I need to discard 5.
I don't have to do it too, do I?
No.
No, just you.
So I can end up losing, unless these all 5 have the same icon, I'm going to lose both of my guild armor and my Thieves Guild support. That's probably fine.
But you're not going to be using
I
those.
don't need operative skill. I don't need... Honestly, I maybe don't need Professor X.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to need... There's no Royal Flesh here. That's sad. Oh, and there's another operative skill. Probably don't need...
2 more.
Forge or Breaking and Entering?
Okay. That's 5. Can you...
And that was 2 different resource icons, so I do discard both of my cards, but she doesn't teleport. I'll call that a win. What's yours?
Definitely win. All right. Okay. Card Shark. After Card Shark attacks you, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Take indirect damage equal to the number of blah, 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 blah.
That's fine.
I don't care.
That's fine. You go first. What would you like to do? We don't even have to complete the fetch quest, which is kind of sad. I really wanted to...
Oh, right, the fetch quest.
Yeah. Should we do it anyway?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I guess I could just...
Here. Why don't you just request I take an action?
Brandon, could you take an action, please?
I would love to take an action. I'm gonna spend these 2 cards to play Creole Charmer. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from the scheme, confuse the villain. Why not? Make Spiral confused.
Oh, she's going to be confused, all right.
Fetch quest is completed. So, in player order, each player may search their deck for a card and play that card for free. Wait, I thought this was the draw 4 cards one. Did we?
That was the dragon.
Damn it!
That was the dragon.
It's sat on the table for like 5 rounds, and we completely... That's the wrong thing. Yeah, that's fine. Put a card into play. I'll take a free bishop. Why not?
Okay. It's from the deck, right?
Yeah. That was not as good as it should have been.
Oh, it can be any card?
Yeah.
That is huge for me. Southern Cross, which does 6 damage.
Oh, wait. It says and... Oh, and play that card for free. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be... I thought it was put that card into play, meaning it would have to be something that remains in play, but no.
Okay. So, beginning...
Oh, so then mine could be Stealth Strike, which is an attack event, too. Probably you can't play hero actions if you're an alter ego despite this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But, what are you doing?
I'm going to... So, my touch resets, but I'm going to touch... at the beginning of the turn, before I asked you to do that, obviously, I'm going to touch Rogue.
Sure.
And then, because she's an ally, this is going to resolve now 6 damage. If I have an aerial trait, which I do because I'm touching an ally, does additional 2 damage, 8 damage.
That's pretty good. It's a lot of damage.
Right in the face.
Spirals at 6. She has the same amount of hit points as arms.
But not swords.
No, she only has 5 swords.
Did take one of those away. That was clutch. This card I would have loved to have used earlier on for you. She takes control of a non-elite minion, basically. Puts it on your side.
Oh man, taking control of Blob would have been sweet.
That would have been great.
Because then Blob could have defended and not take more than 2 damage? Is that a thing that could...
So he could have taken every one of those big swings?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
That would have been absurd. Especially if you do it once Dead or Alive is on him, giving him 12 total hit points.
Oh my gosh! Well, there are weird ways to break this game, huh?
Yeah, there sure are. Which I like. I like that.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, so for my last one, I will kill Spiral with Southern Cross. It does another 8 damage.
All right. We did it. Good job. That was a good game.
That was fun. It really looked like it was going to go bad. Much like it always happens. There's a part in some of these encounters where it's like, things are bad, and I don't see them getting better. Yep. And then they do.
You find the solution.
A way. You do find a way.
Yeah. I mean, the key was you stunned her, right? To keep her from teleporting.
That actually did keep her...
And I appreciate that, like, flavorfully that kind of works, too. It's like, yes, the stunning prevents the attack, but if you stunned her, it would take her a little longer to get away from us.
So this is why I am big on Rogue, because between Southern Cross, going Rogue, and energy transfer, there's just like different options you can have with like things like you can stun, you can confuse, you can remove threat, you can do more damage. She's really versatile.
That's super cool.
She's very versatile. All right, so what happens now?
On victory, record in the campaign log whether Longshot is in play. Still is. I need to grab a pen.
What a champ. We have not even been doing that on purpose either. We have not been keeping him purposely in play.
No, we did not leave him in place so that this would happen, but we're just that good.
But now he gets to face
So
his
we're going to
nemesis.
check this box. It's a long shot and play it game, and it is... Check off the name of each modular encounter set used in this scenario in the campaign log. Okay, so we used sci-fi, fantasy, and western.
Which, by the way, all were really great.
They were. I like these encounter sets.
Really
I think the TV themed encounter sets are super fun.
They are really fun.
And yeah, have like all the like card gamey references and stuff in the Western one. Very, very cool.
Yeah, this is good.
Each player may choose one support or upgrade they control. Oh no, so I don't have this option because I lost them in the last turn.
Oh no.
You have to be controlling it now with a cost of 2 or less, 3 or less if there's 10 threat per player on the main. If there's less than 10 threat per player on the main scheme. There was 21. Actually, I realized I didn't speak up while you were delivering your final blow. I realized I think that my minions, I skipped their scheming, so there should have been 24 out of 30. So this was a pretty close call. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't. So choose a support or upgrade you control. I say you because I can't.
Okay.
With a cost of 2 or less, and we'll record it in the campaign log. And then in the future, you'll be able to start with it like you did.
Gonna do Rogue's Jacket again.
I'm pretty sure that this is in addition.
Wait, what?
Let me skip ahead and see.
I can get a second
I think
one?
this is a second one, and just you're paying that cost and threat, right? But
Oh, okay. If that is true, then I will use X-Gene also.
yeah, you can start scenario 3 with 1 copy of each card you've recorded this way. So it's either X-Gene or X-Mansion is really good too.
So I could do X-Mansion. I did not feel like X-Mansion was like, oh boy, glad we have X-Mansion.
What it does is it turns on 6 of my cards.
Did it? Did that happen in this game?
Oh yeah, I played 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, I didn't even
Yeah.
realize.
I mean, all that they do is if you if X-Mansion's in play, draw a card on top of shuffling some things in your deck. So it's
I
not super
forgot about
consequential,
that.
but
Okay,
it just
okay.
makes them because those are bad cards if you're not replacing them. I think
Okay.
like great, shuffle a card into your deck.
Okay, let's do X-Mansion.
So and then I can modify my deck and take my X-Mansion out.
And add another card.
Or because
not
I'm
have
running
45
a
cards.
45 card anyway, I'm down to 44. Brilliant.
I like it. Let's do that.
Okay, sweet. So so I didn't get to keep one, but I successfully took over your choice.
So, we all won.
Okay, so we've recorded that, and that's it. The only other thing would be expert, like carrying over damage and stuff. Okay, it is almost 5. I'm still up for one more game. Are you?
Yeah, let's try and kill Mojo.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll put up a quick be right back screen. Before I do, because I'm trying to be a better YouTuber, let me say one more time. If you're watching the stream, thank you. We appreciate you. It'd be great if you click the like button or any of the other buttons like subscribe or comment.
Go down that row, hit every button.
Can you comment on a live stream? Is there chat and comments, or is there just chat?
I think it's just chat.
Well,
But maybe when you put it up later, you can comment.
yes, definitely. When this is a video later,
Comment later.
Comment later. Chat now. Subscribe always. Like all of the time.
Hit that little bell.
And the bell. I don't use the bell. I don't like getting push notifications when
Nor do I.
YouTube videos get posted. So I
People
never
say
even-
it all the time.
I know, but every video I was like, hey, click that bell so that I interrupt your day when I post a video. Like,
You know what?
yeah.
Do not
Don't
click the bell.
click the bell.
Do not
Yeah.
click the bell. We are anti-bell show.
I don't condone you getting push notifications for every Optimal Play video. We are not that important.
Other things in your life are going on. You don't need to know when a new video is up here. Enjoy it when you do.
Yeah.
You don't need a notification.
With that, we'll be right back. Our game against Mojo will be a different video if you're watching this uploaded on YouTube. It'll be a different video. If you're watching the stream, sit tight for 3 to 5 minutes. We'll be right back. Bye.